So this
Um,
next show is one of my favorite shows of all time.
she ate that. You ate that. Hello and welcome to the channel, everyone. Today we are joined with a very, very special guest. Please welcome Brinley. Y'all
Hi,
better be clapping at
everybody.
home. Now, is Bryn or Brinley? Which one would you prefer?
Either works. I
Okay,
my intro, I say people can call me either. So it's like whatever floats your boat.
amazing. All right, I'll call you Bryn then.
Okay.
So, you are a BL and GL creator. You are currently learning Thai. You're a writer, a dog owner. You're an icon. You're the moment. The list goes on. Please tell us a bit about yourself and where people can find you.
All right. Thank you for that lovely introduction. So
Of course.
um like like I said before, my name is Brinley. You can also call me Bryn. I am a writer, like by trade. So a lot of my schooling is in writing. Actually have an MFA in creative writing, which I think is part of what, if you turn into my content, I think you'll notice like a lot of that comes through. But I like to make reaction reviews and critiques. Sometimes I do like, I guess, lifestyle content. You can find me on TikTok at Brinley Writes or on YouTube. I'll be tagged in this video, so you can find me there. And I also I'm on Twitter. I like to tweet. So if you want to get in there and check out the memes that I like to post, give me a follow. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. And if you like analysis that sometimes has jokes, that's why you should tune into my stuff.
All right. Well, before we get started, so we will be doing a tier list ranking of BLs that were picked by, I guess, our followers.
Mm.
But before we do, I thought we could do like a icebreaker questions. So I actually got this idea from Year in Review. She's a GL and BL creator, and that I collaborated with, so shout out to her. But the first question I have is, if you could trade lives with any BL or GL character for a day, who would you pick and why?
That is such a good question. I feel like I feel like if I feel like people are not. I'm worried about my answer now.
Don't be. We accept everything.
Okay. I think I would want to trade places. Oh no. I would want
No,
to trade
please.
places. Everyone's going to be like, Brinley's bringing this up a freaking course. Okay. I would want to trade places with Kim and Jet's friend, who's the girl from Khemjira. I do not remember her character name right
Oh,
now. But I don't think I'd want to be involved in the like in the like ghost part, but
right.
would I want to be like
Wait,
slightly removed?
wait, but like Jet's sister. Oh my God, what's her name?
Oh, her
Oh, I
too.
forgot her name. Yeah, and then also
I
because for
forgot her
me
name
it's
too.
like because JJ, right? Isn't there like a little bit of something going on there with those two?
Oh, like her and Net, maybe, which
Sorry,
is
not JJ.
interesting.
Sorry, sorry. I
Well,
always do this. I'm like, I love William so much on my S because I'm like thinking William S. It's like so bad.
valid,
Yes.
valid. Yeah. No, allegedly, the Khemjira author is writing a spinoff about Kachane. And I don't know if you know this, but in the book, Kachane has a husband. And so
Oh,
everyone's like, oh, are Net JJ gonna get like a Khemjira spinoff?
interesting. I
Mm.
wonder. See, okay, my answer to this question originally,
Okay.
now a bit crazy, but it was actually Kem, for like the
Mm.
only reason being Kang Harrod. Like that's literally it, right?
Sure. Sure.
But then I
Wait,
was
hold
like, well,
on.
I don't want to be haunted for life. So,
Mm.
you know,
Then I want to change my answer to
wait.
Dockrack from Us the series, so I can have Emmy, if you know
Well, I
that
was
show.
thinking like Moonshadow maybe.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
that'll
that one
come
too.
out. But I really, okay, so for me at least, I would probably say like Poe and ThamePo just because
Mm,
I love like the industry so much, and I think I prefer being behind the camera as opposed to like on, like, that's so weird because we literally film ourselves on camera. But I think it'd be actually either. I would take either. I love the music industry and I love like the film and TV industry. So, Tam or Per, I'd be really, really happy with like being either of them. Plus, either way, they both have like face cards. So, you know,
real,
yeah.
real. Understood.
So that's my less superficial reason. But King Harrod is King Harrod. So, um, let's put some respect on that man's name.
Yes. And I noticed. I'm so
I was
sorry.
like, no respect for men.
I noticed you didn't choose the main character from Paradise of Thorns, played by Jeff.
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
But I would take Jeff too. I'd be either of them. Actually, no, it probably is tragic. I don't want to say that. One of them might die. No spoilers, please. I know someone probably dies. I don't know. Please say nothing.
You're gonna have to watch to find out.
But I love tragedy. That's the thing. I love tragedy.
Me too. I have a feeling we have similar taste.
All right. For the second question,
Mhm.
if now you obviously do writing, but if you're writing like a BL or GL, what trope do you pick? And if you imagine that it was adapted into a series, who would you cast? So this could be one couple, two couples, as many as you want.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you know this, but I actually kind of do a series on my channel on TikTok that is me like making up plots for actors.
I do. I'd have seen you do
Okay.
this, but tell the audience.
Yeah. So if you're interested, go check it out. There's a playlist on my TikTok. Shameless self promo.
By the way, she won an Emmy in a red flag role, and look what happened. She's a fortune teller.
I am. I should join the Khemjira crew or something. And
God. Oh,
so
gosh.
this is a plot that I have, people might know. So I really would like to see a show where one character is a single dad and might be a single dad for tragic purposes. Like I'm not too sure about that. And the single dad has just like moved back to his hometown or something like that, or he's in this like little village, right? Like this is not his normal place. Someone else has also moved back, someone he knew in high school, but they hold on. People so the love interest will be the child's teacher or like a art teacher at the school, not like their classroom teacher. And they will essentially, the child, this is what I picture. I should just tell you who's in it so I can say their actors' names, but hold on. So the child one night at like Carline or whatever is like running out into the road, and the teacher character intervenes, is like, and why the heck were you not protecting your kid? Like, why'd you let your kid run out into the road? Yelling at the person. And the dad, who happens to be someone who he has a shared backstory with, and they had a big falling out when they were children, like high school. And so all these years later, they're like maybe early, like I'm thinking late 30s. So they kind of like come together, but the dad doesn't know how to parent. So this person is like, I will help you. I will help you parent. I really want a parent show, if you can't tell. And so
no, I do know that you are indeed. I feel like I've seen you post about this like multiple times.
Then you might know who's going to be in it, but let me hold on. So he like teaches him how to cook. He like whatever. And this person had moved back to the hometown because of actually was in a really toxic relationship, and his best friend helped him flee home. And so yeah, maybe they come together and create some sort of like found family and fall, in love, and it's amazing and heartfelt, and it'll make you cry. That's me like trying not to give everything away, but just a little premise. And then,
Little.
how do you feel about ghost ships? Is it okay if the actors I have in mind for this are not in
Oh,
an
do
official ship?
whatever, please. I go ship Lego with everyone.
Oh,
So-
perfect. Let me give a disclaimer. I do not mean any disrespect to these two people's acting partners. This is just a vision I have in mind for a script that doesn't actually exist. Max and Kim. Max from Dumundi and Kim from Dumundi.
Yes. Okay. I mean,
The dad,
I actually,
Max,
yeah,
Kim, the teacher. Yeah.
I haven't actually seen their interactions.
They,
So
they haven't.
Okay. That explains why. I love that. Well, that's the thing though, is like you're casting based on like who you think would like fit the role, right?
Yes.
And I think like having a ghost ship is for me personally, I'm like, I love, like, I've actually spoken about this on my channel before. Like, I like the idea of some actors branching out. That's just my personal, like, I'm like, it's okay. Like, they're playing characters at the end of the day. But I also do understand that some people have a specific, they might not like that. No, I'm just
Yes. So I apologize if that was offensive, but it's
Oh.
genuinely just based on the tropes and the characters I feel that they would fill really well.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it, right? So it's okay. That's so interesting. That was so funny. I was like, I don't think I've seen them interact, and you're like, there's nothing.
Yeah, they've like interacted like once in public, but it's not that I ship them in real life. It's like I think they would be interesting in both of them would be interesting in roles like this, and I think it would be challenging for both of them. And oh, I do have a cast for the kid.
Who'd you pick?
Have you seen High School Frenemy?
Absolutely, yes, I have.
Okay, do you know the little sister?
Yes.
That's who I want in it.
Wait, is it Ching Ching? Is that her name?
Yeah, but I don't know her actress's name. I forget it right now. But
she was in another show. I'm trying to think of what she was in. No, didn't she play the kid in Khemjira?
Did she?
Wasn't she Chem in a past life? Wait, I think the right actor.
No. I'm talking about like the little girl.
Wait, I need to think about this. I don't want to get clocked by like people.
Hold on.
You're talking about. Oh gosh, where is she? Where is she? Yes. Yeah, she played the child in Khemjira. I'm pretty sure.
She did? I blocked
so.
that out apparently. The little this adorable child who is you really can't see, but you can only see her hat. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. She played Krong Kwan. Wait, is that my
Oh, wait! You're right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes, her.
Yes.
So I feel like Max is giving girl dad. And so I feel like the kid should be a girl, and she should play the little girl. And yeah, she's kind of mischievous and kind of a matchmaker. So
yeah. I love that. I think she could do really well. I really liked her in both shows. Gosh, I love when like kids are really good at acting. It's like, oh, they have such a bright future ahead of them.
Me too. Also, that kid who was in Century of Love, I think his name is Udon. He's also really talented.
Right.
You know him?
Has he been in anything else? I have seen
a few other shows. If you go on their My Drama List page, you'll be able to see like what he's been in. I think he's been in a few BLs.
Yep. Okay. Hold on. Oh wait, he's in Khemjira, no?
Oh, he might be. I can't. Right now, my brain is blanking.
Did you say
his name is like Udon? I can tell you.
Oh yeah. Sorry, he's one of the.
He is in Khemjira. He's Tong. Yeah.
He's in a lot. I feel like he's actually not in a lot, but I feel like I've seen him a lot. I don't know.
You've probably seen him in. Did you watch 4 Minutes? Because he was in 4 Minutes.
I didn't, but I did see Century of Love, and I think that's how I know him.
He's just adorable and talented. So he's 9. Can you believe that? 9 years old.
Yeah. Oh my god! Don't get me started on the 2 kids in Khemjira. Episode. By the way, anyone watching this, prepare for the spoilers. I'm sorry, there's gonna be spoilers throughout this video. Episode 9. It was so tragic. And I
I
loved every single moment of it.
Me too. It
After
was
episode 8
wonderful.
and then episode 9, I was like, back to back, like masterpiece, my favorite episodes. I loved it. Khemjira was everything I wanted in a BL.
Me too.
Um,
I wonder if we'll talk about it later in this video.
we will, we will. But I am curious though, what actually made you decide to go into BL or
Oh,
GL? Like,
like
what was first actually for you?
I was going through something during the pandemic and I was in school
Mhm.
in quarantine alone, and I was also dealing with like I had just like kind of come out to my family,
Mm,
and it at that time was not going very well. My parents are great, but like it was still a learning curve,
yeah.
um and I was really lonely, and I posted on Twitter like I wish I could watch a gay romance show or something like that. And that's when someone sent me a tweet. And I think it might have been from the Sapphics Like account, or it's a pretty famous like Twitter account, or a different
Mhm.
account that was a clip from Bad Buddy. And it was a clip
Mm,
of Milk and Love's subplot in Bad Buddy. And they were like, hey, if you are okay with watching like a queer show where the main ship is two boys and the side ship is two girls, you said you wanted enemies to lovers. The girls aren't technically enemies to lovers, but the boys are. So here you go. And I
yeah.
found out it was free on YouTube. So that's how I got into it. And then about 2.5 years ago, I started making TikToks. And then last year, I opened my YouTube channel. So yeah.
It's interesting how like such a could have been a negative experience did I guess get you to where you are now. So like that's really like interesting how life works like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm things are better now though, right?
Yes, my parents are like the best.
Amazing. I love
So
that. I'm so
yeah, yeah.
happy. Honestly, I'm so happy for
Yeah.
you because
Thank you. I know not everyone has that experience, so I'm so blessed that I'm able to have that. And, honestly, I think the fact that they were mature enough to like listen to me, and, and I don't know, they went into a support group and they still go. And I think it like changed their lives, or at least changed my life. So,
well, I'm really glad that things are much better for you though,
thank
because
you.
that's but yeah, so interesting how life works like that because of that experience. Now you're doing this. Well, obviously you can tell by my sipping for Khemjira, I am pretty gay. But
Wait, really? Hold on. I didn't
oh
know.
no, no. My experience was pretty good coming out. Thankfully, I think Australia is pretty like accepting. So back in 2014, I watched a Korean like film that was like BL,
Hmm.
called Night Flight, I think it was. I don't know if it stood the test of time because it was really old, but the what actually kind of got me into BL. So I watched Where Your Eyes Linger, which is a Korean BL,
Oh,
and then I watched Semantic Error. And Semantic Error was like a year after Where Your Eyes Linger when I watched it, and that kind of was like, okay, I'm here now. Then I watched like Tale of a Thousand Stars, and I was like, it just from then on, it just kept going. Then I went
mhm.
to my engineering era because that was all there was at the time.
Valid.
So it's really cool to see just how it's grown. The writing of some women in BLs, because I watch anime as well, and some shonen
Oh, me
anime
too.
have the exact same problem. I'm like, you guys suck. Like one of my favorite shows that I think I really love the way women have been written actually is have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Have I seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I
Heck yeah, I
love
have.
it. Katara and Toph are my favorite characters. Azula, even like I'm rooting for her. Like, go girl, fuck up your
Yeah.
brother. No, I'm kidding. Don't. But I just love the way that the women have been written there.
Before we get started, I have a question.
Oh yes.
Okay, if you could put a BL and a GL ship in a show together, company does not matter. If you could put them in a show together, who would you put?
Well, William S have to be in there. I fear because
That's I okay, hear me
like
out. So if we are company locking it, my
yeah
answer is William Est and Emmy Bonnie. If we're taking away company locks, my answer would still be Emmy Bonnie, but with
yeah
King Nam Ping.
that would be another option for me because King Namping are like my other faves. So
Yeah, like I don't know. There's just
Yeah.
something about their vibe that I'm like, sapphics like this. Or okay, fine. At least I like it.
No, I love that for you. Actually, I have a ghost ship with Emmy Bonnie. It's called Kang Nick. I'm kidding.
Okay. Hold on. I see it. Wait, can we
No,
hold
I'm
on?
sorry. I love you, Devo.
I've got you. Here we go.
Thank you.
It's Kang Nick and then Emmy Brinley.
Yes. and then you and I can play the siblings that can we fall in love with these
Wait,
people.
yes. It's perfect. Okay. Directors, hit us up. We're available.
Thank you. I actually do have an acting experience.
Me too. So
Brinley
I used
speaks
to do musical
Thai.
theater.
I don't, but like I can be like the Perth of this show. You know Perth from KinnPorsche?
Yes, I do.
I just started watching KinnPorsche and I'm like, are you fucking dumb, bro? Like, what is his accent's so funny. Are you fucking dumb?
You
I'm
know-
like, I listen, it's so funny.
He's
so
Australian,
Aussie.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, his accent's so strong. I'm like, Perth.
You know what I'm manifesting for you? And manifesting for me as well, but you first. A collab
God.
with him because you know he's a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, I watch his videos. I do. That's why
Me
I was so
too.
excited for KinnPorsche. Should
All
we
that to
probably
say-
get started with the video? Oh, sorry. You go first.
Yeah. Oh no, it's okay. I was gonna say maybe we should tell like the audience the criteria of how something ended up on this tier list. We solicited both of our audiences, and this is kind of like what people, if a show was mentioned more than once, and we had both seen it, with some exceptions, we added it to the tier list. So, and we asked people what they thought the best BL of all time was. We didn't geo-lock it. We didn't like say you could only pick Thai shows because you'll notice there's some shows on here that are not. But yeah, so if you're wondering why isn't the show I submitted on here, it might be because one of us hasn't seen it or didn't. We only picked shows that had multiple votes. Plus, yeah. And this list, I believe you organized it by which had the most votes, right?
So we start with the ones that had like the least multiple votes, and then like the more popular ones go towards the end. So we're keeping, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, so I thought that would be an interesting way of like doing it. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the tier list though, in my opinion, anything above a C is like, I was happy to watch. It's just it's competing against some really good ones. Like, how would you kind of rate this tier list?
Yeah, for me, I think S tier is like very little problems with the show, super enjoyable to watch for me, and the writing is good. For me, if when we're gonna be debating this, that's always gonna be like something I bring up. I'm so sorry.
No, I agree.
And so I think D tier is going to be stuff I just feel like it's probably good to get nominated to be on here, right? But maybe not the best. Hey, not the best, but still good. Duong with
yeah, I mean,
title.
I kind of like to I think D for me is like, so it's not really my show. To put it bluntly. I think any show on here has either been either done good for the industry or is good generally. I think I will also take into account like what it's done for the industry too. Like I think like how iconic it is itself, I think it should play a bit of a role here. For example, there is someone here that I'm like I would give S tier to quite a few, but I'm like, oh, but it's so underground. Like maybe it didn't really contribute that much. I don't know. But,
right.
Yeah. So S tier for me is like that pretty much peak. Like it's peak, like there's barely any problems. A tier for me is like, I really, really enjoyed this one. Like I feel like it's just like we only have, okay, so we're only doing 3 in S tier, right?
Yeah.
And we can probably adjust at the end if we feel like we have too many or too little.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if we have the same. I wonder if we'll have the same 3 though.
Well, we'll have to find out.
Gosh, I'm curious.
I listen, I'm
Um,
willing to be convinced. I'm ready to compromise. I've
okay.
brought my like, what is it when people surrender? Like my white flag can come to
White
the
flag.
table.
Yes.
um, but something I do want to say is like, no matter what our critiques are, please know we are not hating. This is just
Yes.
us having a healthy and nuanced discussion, and hopefully it'll be fun for you guys to watch. And hopefully you guys can let us know what would be on your tiers down below as well too.
Some of these on here that I think I would give C tier to, I actually really, really enjoyed, or like I maybe really enjoyed like one couple, but maybe like it's just the other couple I didn't resonate with as much, or plus I also don't want to like put like bloat like the top tiers as well. But it's just it's competing with really, really like the like because some of these are actually some of my favorites. So it's really competing with like the best of the best for me.
Same.
So C tier for me is probably one that I probably rate like an 8 out of 10. Like I'm not even kidding. You know what I mean? Like it's
Okay.
still good
Okay.
for me. Um
Okay.
uh around that area. It depends. Like I can't really say, but there's a lot on here that I really, really enjoyed. So
Oh, people might be wondering why some shows like The One With You are missing. That is currently airing. There are no currently airing shows on this list.
alrighty. Um did we
Should
cover
we?
everything? Should we just start?
We can.
Okay. Um cool.
Do
Well,
we
first up we
want?
have Tarn TharnType? TharnType? I can't remember how it's
Yeah,
pronounced.
this one.
Okay. I have to be honest about this one.
Hmm.
It's not my favorite. I would. There's just a bit of problematic themes throughout it that I just feel like I can appreciate for what it did at the time in the sense of like, you know, I think it increased popularity for BL because it's really old, right? Like 2018, was it that around then?
It's so funny. I was literally just pulling it up to see what year it was. I
Yeah, 20.
think it's 2019.
But even then, like I think when I compare it to other shows that came out around that time, like for example, Until We Meet Again, I feel like it's just
Right.
it doesn't hold up at all compared to the show that came out like the same year or like a year earlier. So I can appreciate it for what it did. It just personally isn't for me, so I'd put this in D personally.
I actually feel the same.
Okay.
um, I think despite the fact that this like majorly caused a shift like in the industry and it's made a huge impact, I think D tier, and maybe that is partially due to like the non-consent that is present for me, because that is just like a trope that I feel is like uh, just not for me.
It's a bit of a nick sometimes.
Yeah. And also like, I mean, it's such like a time capsule of 2019. The whole like, I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm not gay.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
agree.
just, yeah, that trope just is so 2019 in my opinion. Which makes sense. It was from 2019. But yeah, I would agree. D tier. I understand why a lot of people like have nostalgia for it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I wrote vote D tier too. So
Yes.
okay.
Okay. I'm happy to put
Wow.
this there. Look at us
Good start.
agreeing.
We're agreeing. It's perfect.
Yay.
Next, do you want me to introduce this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so next is Ball Boy Tactics, which is a K drama, and I believe it's from 2025. To me, I haven't watched as many K dramas as I've watched Thai BLs or
Yeah.
Thai series. But this is one that I've watched and I really liked it. I found myself like pretty okay with the pacing, because sometimes with K dramas, I struggle with the pacing because I feel like the episodes are too short.
Mm.
But that just might be my opinion. So for me, I'd probably rank this at like B.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so I'm actually so excited. So there's something about this show. It was actually my favorite KBL that came out last year. And there was a moment where like I was unfortunately a little bit disappointed in Korean BLs last year until I feel like this
Mm,
show, when I watched it, it gave me that kind of like it kind of reminded me of like those older KBLs that I watched. When I say older, I mean like 2022, 2023. So like
Hmm.
Semantic Error, Our Dating Sim, like I don't know if you've seen those, but those kind of like BLs, it gave me that same feeling, which I really, really like where it's like, it's quite simple, but it's done right. You know what I mean? So I think I would
Hmm.
give this a B as well. Like I love this one, honestly.
Okay, I use this word all the time, so I apologize, but it to me, they're compelling. Like in my opinion, the two leads, they feel like they have really good chemistry together, and I don't know. I just think it works. It works.
Yep, I agree. Oh my God, I
Although I
love
think
that.
the English title, I don't know. I feel like the English title doesn't necessarily fit it. I assumed
Please.
like the one with the hat, I can't remember his name right now. From the title, I assumed he was going to be like the water boy for the basketball team because the title was like Ball Boy Tactics. That is not what the show technically is.
You are correct. I do understand your perspective on that. For that, we shall move it down to C. No, I'm kidding.
Because they gave a bad English title C. Kidding.
Next up, we have the Eclipse. I feel like
Hmm.
it's not really talked about, but I still quite liked this one. It's also it's the first in Cowtongue project we saw, right? I feel like that was their first one.
Yeah.
I genuinely really enjoyed this one. I don't think it's like an A or an S tier. I personally would be, I think it was like a good high school like BL, but it's not
Hmm.
one that I would necessarily go back and rewatch a lot of the time. So I'd probably put it in B or C. Probably more leaning towards B, but I can be persuaded.
Honestly, and I feel like if we weren't considering impact, like on the industry, I might suggest we move it higher. But if we are considering impact, I feel like B or C is a good place for it because
Hmm.
I do agree with what you're saying. And I feel like the reason why it's on here is because I feel like a lot of my community loves First and Cow Tongue.
I do too. Their acting,
Okay.
they're honestly my favorite, like acting level. I feel like their
Yeah,
team
yeah.
on TV is like among their best, 100%.
Yes, I agree. And I think they work well together.
Yeah.
And I like this plot. It's intriguing. There are some plot holes. um, I don't know. I think it works. I think it works.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of like this, I guess the side ship. Is that would
I
you know what I'm
don't
talking about?
remember the side ship.
I don't even know if we can call them a side ship.
Oh God, it's been like a few years since I've watched it.
Okay, no worries, no worries. But yeah, no, I would vote B tier in my opinion.
Okay. I agree with B tier.
Okay.
I think impact should matter, but I think more important is like how we feel subjectively as well.
Yes.
So are you leaning more towards B A tier? Is that how you feel about it?
Well, I think if I was not considering impact in it, and I forgot that we have other things coming. So I would probably say maybe A, but we are considering
Okay.
like the whole picture.
Yeah.
So I'd say B. Oh boy, here we go. So this is the next show that we're talking about is called Together, which until very recently held the record for the most like tweets for a finale until a little show that you've probably not heard of called Khemjira came along. Sorry. Sorry.
You're
Um,
like, yes. Yeah.
Khemjira mentioned opportunity. So this show together is from 2020. And it is very much a time capsule, in my opinion. To me, and I don't know how you feel about this. So you can feel free to disagree. I won't be offended. But the fact that it ended in like a fist bump, there's like I honestly almost cannot forget them for the fist bump. Like I think at one point one of the characters is like, I feel like there's a cognitive dissonance between what the characters say and then what the characters do. I can't remember
Mhm.
which character, but I recently saw a clip of it. And one of the characters goes like something like, I'm gonna kiss you senseless. Mind you, they don't
Yes.
even kiss, they fist bump.
Okay, Chinese bromance, censored BL.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
giving.
why are we censoring what?
Yeah,
um,
because that is wild.
yeah. And I'm not like one of those people who's like, there has to be, kissing scenes or NC scenes, but I feel like if you're setting up sort of that expectation, I don't know, I'm a big person of like, what you set up, I want to see follow through. So like whether it's a
100%.
plot, whether it's a plot line, like, you know, you're setting up an expectation of enemies to lovers, but they're actually not enemies. Wait, hold on. That's not what you were setting up at all, right? So I don't know. I just feel like this show for me, I'd put it in lower than D tier.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. I have very mixed feelings about the show. So one thing that I'll start positive. So one thing is that what it's done for BL cannot be like undeniable, right? I think until Khemjira and Me and T, it was like the show that got a lot of people into BL. But I also do think that it wouldn't be anywhere near that level of success if it wasn't for the coincidental pandemic, right? So I'm assuming that came in probably around like early 2020, right?
It started premiering, one second, February 21st, 2020. So right before the world shut down.
I don't necessarily see that much chemistry between the leads either. Just based on impact, I would have actually been happy to put it in C tier, but I'm happy to compromise with D tier if that's.
Well, I'm also happy to compromise with C tier too, because the impact is like crazy, right?
Yeah,
so
I do think.
I feel like it's only right we honor the impact, but we can also acknowledge that maybe it's not our favorite show. I think it's like you said, like for example, if Together came out today, I don't think it would have the same impact that it did when it did.
No, 100%.
Because it's such a time capsule. Even other university BLs, in my opinion, I think there are people who have better chemistry.
Well, the way I personally feel is like subjectively, I'd give it D tier. Objectively, probably like C. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Then let's do it that way. Yeah, if this was just based on my vibes, I would create a separate tier that said, "Please God, I don't want to talk about this show ever." I'm so sorry if you love Together. To the people watching.
People barely talk about this show nowadays, right? I feel like people still talk about like Not Me, Until We Meet Again, KinnPorsche. I hear like these like, you know, ones that were around that time. I feel like people still will mention like these shows, but Together, despite it being so groundbreaking at the time, breaking the boundaries of not like creatively, but like in terms of like just getting it BL to a new audience. It did so much at the time, but like I feel like nowadays the longevity and like it doesn't really. I don't think it stood the test of time amazingly.
Okay, but I don't hate this show. I watched it. Like.
Oh, sorry. Another thing I do want to say as well that I didn't like about Together was that the obviously gay character I feel like was presented pretty negatively as well.
Oh yes, the character who was very queer coded.
Like Gun, I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah,
it was very interesting. It came across homophobic almost in a way.
Yeah,
the way it was presented. Let's just move on. Like I like to leave it at that.
Let's move on.
Next, we have Only Friends season 1. How do you feel about this show?
I love a mess.
Ooh, okay.
How do I feel about this show? I think it's one of JoJo's best works.
Interesting. I don't know what else JoJo's worked on.
JoJo has worked on The Heart Killers, has worked on I think Dirty Laundry, The Warp Effect.
Okay.
I'm just going a lot. So in my opinion, when I watched this show, even though it's not about lesbians, I felt like I was transported back to university because the way this friend group moves a lot like some people I knew at university. Like it was giving to me like a queer friend group. And it reflected my friend group was had a lot of different genders in it. But like it has a sapphic character who's in this friend group. There is, you know what I mean? Like there are bisexual characters, there are gay characters, and I loved that we saw a friend group that had more than just men or more than just women in it. Of course, there's some plot lines I take a lot of issues with, but I kind of think the point of this show is to make you frustrated and uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think a lot of the characters are supposed to be likable, first of
Yeah.
all. Like, if any of y'all are Boston stands out there, what the hell are you doing? Y'all crazy for that. I think that what I really appreciate this show is the fact that it was quite a big risk for GMMTV, you know, because of the image that the actors have to portray. So I feel like when they put this out, it was like a, well, I don't know what Twitter was like. I'm assuming people were fighting on Twitter, but I
Nick,
don't know,
they still fight on
crazy.
Twitter about this show.
Oh God, I don't
What,
get
like
it,
every
but
week, I'm like, why are we still rehashing this?
for me, this goes in B tier. But I'd be interested to know how you feel.
Its impact, I think, was crazy. I think it brought a lot of new people into GMMTV, but I would agree with B tier.
This next show is interesting because I love a lot of it, but there's also some parts that I'm just Desire.
I was surprised it got nominated.
I got a lot of requests to react to this.
What do you think about this show?
Okay. Gosh, let me be as, you know, people came for me on TikTok about, I posted a video being like, I wanted to see, I was like, because I kind of liked the second couple, but I feel like they didn't get very much screen time. And I was like, I posted a video as a joke being like, can't wait for episode 15 where we get like 3 minutes of them. And then the fans came for me and I was like, on TikTok, I was like, guys, I like both couples. It's fine. I'm just like, it's
I've
just
been
crazy.
there.
That's just a bit of
I've
a
been
side
there.
tangent.
I've been there.
Yeah, so I will say a Megaverse as a live action, kind of iconic. Surprised it took us this long. Pit Babe, I haven't seen it, but I know that's kind of not really a Megaverse.
As
So
an
I feel like
Omegaverse, like I am a self-proclaimed Omegaverse expert. Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I've seen your videos.
In my opinion, Pit Babe is not real Omegaverse. So
Yep. Love Poo and Pavel though, love them.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so I will say that I love that it's a megaverse. I think that's definitely going to do a lot with the future of like BL, Thai BL or any BL.
We're already
I mean,
seeing
I know
it.
we have Bird Oat, right? With Not. So you know, it's really cool to see like that's kind of impacting the kind of changing BL in a sense, and I hope we kind of see a bit more of that. Some of the editing is a little bit like, I don't know if I feel about that. And some of the acting moments I think could be done a little bit better, especially noticeable in the last episode, I think. I wasn't a fan of the ending. I think the
Okay,
ending
I'm trying
was
to remember.
really rushed. Have you seen it all? You've seen it all?
Yeah.
The ending just felt really rushed. I was like, because I was actually doing watch parties in my Discord server, and when we were all watching it, we were like, how is there only 20 minutes left? And then it just like, boom, time skip. And I was like, what? And then the second couple gets back together, but he doesn't even acknowledge his own child. I'm like, what? They get a hug, not even a kiss? What is happening? Like, why is it the ending so bad? I'm sorry if I've just ruined it for you, but like,
No. My issue with it was the pacing as well. When I watched
yeah.
the show, I was like, you know that audio that's like, do you know you have 30 minutes? 30
No,
minutes?
I don't,
You know that?
but
Oh wait,
I,
it's a funny meme. Anyways, I'll send it to you after. Um
yeah.
Maybe put it in as a clip so everyone knows.
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
Do you know you have 30 minutes? That's how I felt watching this show, because I felt like the pacing at the beginning went at a really really slow pace, and then halfway through the show it decided to go speed racer, like
Yeah.
the fastest pacing you've ever seen. And then no, you will not get answers on the second couple, and that frustrated me because
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. I'm so sorry. I'm not a big fan of enigma trope. I am not a fan of it. I don't like it necessarily, and I really don't like, I know some people love this trope, but I don't like the idea of like forcing an alpha to
Become an omega, basically, right?
yes, even though that's not technically yeah, that's essentially where the trope comes from. Like, I'm pretty sure if we ask the authors of this, I'm pretty sure there's actually a word for it. Am I allowed to curse on your channel?
Of course, I fucking swear all the time. I'm
Okay,
Australian.
so there's a word for this trope, and I don't like it. I censor it out of my searches on AO3, okay? Because I don't want to see it. And please, when I'm saying this word, I am not like trying. I'm just saying what the trope is. It's called bitching. I don't think I don't like it.
What is that?
It's the trope of when they turn an alpha into an omega. Some people like it.
Oh, okay. I got it.
That's why it's called bitching. And I think it's a little sexist, a little misogynistic, and a little bit inappropriate.
I liked their dynamic when they were the alpha omega. I actually did. Okay, I'm so stupid. I didn't realize that he was actually an enigma until like episode 5.
Valid.
I forgot the intro. I was like, oh, they're so cute. And then I was like, oh, just 2 alphas and 2 omegas. How cute's that? Oh my God, I'm just thinking about the drama. Some of the miscommunication just really annoyed me. I was like, this. Oh, and there's the alpha. I was like, dude, you're so stupid. Why are you?
He's so stupid.
I'm like, please, it really hurts me. I know it's for the plot, but the plot needs to. In saying that, though, I actually did enjoy watching this show.
Me too, even though it pissed me off
for a lot of it. And for that reason, I will not give this D tier. I enjoyed a lot of it. I will.
I'm not advocating for D tier.
I'm kind of leaning towards BC tier. That's how I feel about this. Where would you put it?
So, considering impact and the insane craze that this caused in multiple countries, and I'm not saying insane as a bad thing. Like, I'm not trying to say insane as like a derogatory term. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like it caused so much hype. Like, people were chasing these actors through the airport.
Right.
I think we have to give this B tier. And it's also uncensored from China. B tier.
Yeah. B tier it is. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think not would have happened without this show.
I think a lot of shows are going to come out that will be because of this show, honestly. So
yeah,
I agree. B tier, 100%.
Yeah.
My school president. Okay, I have to be honest. This is the first BL I watched live, as it was airing, because I came into BL in 2022. So this was the first one I was watching, and I was. Oh, do you not like it?
Oh no, no, I like it. Yeah.
I love the show. I love Gemini 4th. Like, it was giving me all the right feelings when I watched it, and I was like, "This is my favorite, like, one of my favorite high school like BLs." And I think it was just so simple, but it was so good.
Yes. No, I agree. I mean, even though it's like a high school show, in my opinion, if I were to like give it a book genre, like age genre, it's a middle grade story, which is my favorite. I like Percy Jackson is a middle grade story. So think like that age range. I feel like My School President is kind of like the perfect encapsulation of like, you know, found family, first love, like, and the soundtrack is really good.
Yes.
I don't know. It's kind of
because it is about music, so
yeah.
That's pretty important.
So I don't know. I would argue A tier.
Me too. Put it there.
Okay.
Our first A tier is here, and I'm so happy with this. My favorite is the unreleased Ticket to Heaven. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, hold on. We can't say that yet. It's unreleased.
I don't care. It's my favorite by the.
I'm really nervous about that show because I don't know if you got from my intro or like what you learned about my family, but my family's pretty religious. So I feel like I'm gonna be like, I'm in this play and I don't like it. Not that I won't like it. It'll just be upsetting for me to watch. Okay, next we have Love in the Air, which is a show from
2022, I believe.
Yes, 2022 is a year of a lot of very impactful BLs. I enjoy this show as like a show I'm watching when my brain is going to be turned off. And so like this is why I'm like so torn about this show, because if I'm going to compare it to some of the like critical masterpieces we have on this list, I feel like for me, I don't think it could ever be an S tier compared to what we have coming. So like for me, I'm so torn about where to put this because it has a crazy impact. People, it's like, in my opinion, okay, it's kind of similar to ABO Desire in that they're both cult classics. They have really, really strong fandoms who reminisce about the show a lot. Like I'm constantly scrolling Twitter and seeing scenes of, what's his name? Pi and Sky. Like I'm always seeing that on Twitter. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like its impact has been really, I feel like I see people talk about it a lot. It's so funny that it's by the same author who wrote TharnType. Yeah. And so
this is Mame's best for me for sure.
I agree. And there's some interesting things here if you really want to get like dive into the analysis, like what's going on with Payu and Rain. Like there's some interest there. She was trying to set some stuff up there and I'm like, oh, interesting. Now I'm watching this with fresh eyes. But I don't know. For me, it's just like the writing is just like kind of meh. So it's like, it's a fun watch. And this is a show I rewatch for fun.
Isn't that hard where it's like subjectively you might really like a show, but like objectively it's like not that great? I'm not saying that to say about this show, but I do feel like that with a lot of shows. So I'll just say my thoughts on this. Half the series for me would probably go C tier. The second half I would be happy with A tier, right? So for me, I feel like this is a B tier. I know like that seems like the most common one. In terms of just how much I enjoyed the second arc, I just really, really enjoyed the chemistry. I wasn't a fan of how it started. I will say that. I didn't like that. Apparently in the novel, it was a bit more of like he didn't expect it, but it didn't translate that in the actual show for me. So that one was
interesting.
Like apparently Pi was actually like kind of joking about it and he didn't expect Sky to actually want to hook up. That's just because I reacted to this on YouTube, so people actually commented that and I was like, oh, interesting.
I love it when people comment really helpful things.
Yes.
Like
Khemjira had so many comments and I was like, thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. So Love in the Air. The second arc for me, I saw the first arc. So I am not necessarily the biggest fan of like characters that are kind of dumb.
And Rain is not very bright.
I also feel like, thank you for wording that a little bit nicer than me. I just mean like the immaturity and also the kind of dependency that he had on Payu as well. I feel like was a little bit like, have some individual, like, you don't necessarily like, it seems like he can't live without Payu in a way. And I also feel like Payu's character as well was presented almost like perfectly. Like he had like no flaws. He did have some like anger or I don't know. There was something in it where I'm like, okay, I can see a little bit of that. But he was presented as like this perfect person. And I don't like perfect characters. Like everyone has to have a flaw, right? And I feel like that for me was just why I didn't necessarily resonate as much with this arc. The actors are fantastic. Their chemistry is great. But I just feel like, personally for me, I feel like the second arc was a lot more real. I do feel like across the board, the acting can be a bit improved for a lot of these dramas, to be fair. That we're talking about. But I definitely can't deny the chemistry between both the couples. I think it's some of the best chemistry I've seen, especially in BL at that time.
I can agree with B tier. I mean, I think like, I feel like
can be
sometimes...
persuaded, by the way.
No. I feel like sometimes a show, and I'm not necessarily talking about Love in the Air, but I'm about to bring it back to this, but this is more in general. I think a show will start something and they won't go all the way. And I don't mean like go all the way in the colloquial way we mean it, but I mean they might set up like a plot line or a character backstory and they think implying it works, or they think just mentioning it once works, but then they never bring it up again. And I hate it when there's like no follow through. If you're going to do it, you have to do it. So like Payu and Rain are so clearly inspired by like a a D and S relationship. And there's no like consent talks. There's no like any of that, but it's so clear what inspired it, because it's so clear. Like Rain is such a brat.
Yes, he's a bratty bottom. Let's just put it out there.
He's a bratty bottom, and he likes that Payu's mean to him. Like, it's so cool. But like the fact, I don't know, I think it can be dangerous or just bad writing when you set something up and you don't like follow through. It's not only about character dynamics. I have this issue with a plot line. Like for example, if a show sets up something like with like environmental protests and then never resolves it, people are going to know what show I'm talking about. Like if people like if they set up something like about environmental social activism and then they just drop that plot line in the third act, like why even set it up in the first place? So that's like, you know what I mean? I'm sure if I would think more critically about Love in the Air, I'd have more to pick at, but that's kind of like one of the things. It's like there's so much they were trying to set up, and this is sometimes the issue with ensemble series, even though I love them. So before people come for me, ensemble series are low-key my favorite.
I do at least appreciate that in the second arc, though, we kind of got an idea of where the story was going, and it kind of followed that, and we kind of got to see that in the last episode, as tragic as, you know, it was. And then I feel like that made the special episode, because I've seen the special episode as well.
Oh, me too.
Even better, because like, it was like, okay, this is the real happy ending. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I see it.
Whereas the first 6-7 episodes, I think it was a little less like, there was less story, I feel like. I feel like it was more just about the two characters. Yeah, I think that's how I feel about that.
Also, I recently learned that allegedly, chat, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I had made a video where I was reading insanely Escape the Infinity fanfic that was following the plot of Love in the Air.
Oh.
I know,
well,
I'll have to find it.
Come together, but
neither did
I'm not
I.
Surprised.
I was like, wait, this is literally, it was like a Joe and Cherry fanfic that followed Pie and Sky's story. So clearly Cherry was like the Sky character. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was reading it, and then I was like, in the fic, it implied that the Payu character cut the brakes on Rain's car. And that apparently that is like a common fan theory. And one of my friends actually like totally believes that it's so obvious. And then when I rewatched it recently, I was like, wait, I don't think it was cutting the brakes or whatever, but he's the reason why the car like malfunctioned.
I don't remember what I thought. I know I wasn't that surprised. I was like, well, we kind of knew that Payu was interested, I feel like. But
why did he do it? I don't know. Mame loves to put consent issues in her story. So that's what I was trying to say.
I think my audience are aware because I brought it up every single time. Like, I don't sugarcoat those things. I'm like, guys, I feel really uncomfortable by the ass grabbing in episode 2 of Love in the Air, and I still do. And it's not the consent issues necessarily, like it's okay. I just want to clarify. I've seen Game of Thrones, so I've seen like shows that are crazy. I just mean using non-consent as a way to accelerate the plot between two main characters or a couple. Yeah. I'm like, why? And it's done in so many like manhwa as well. Like I've read quite a bit, so I've also seen it there, and I'm like, it just gives me a bit of an ick, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Now this show I haven't seen, so feel free to. I know how iconic it is though, so.
Oh, I didn't realize you hadn't seen it. Okay, I forgot that. If you told me that, and I'm so sorry. My ADHD is like bad.
You're okay.
Okay, so.
Untamed.
Let me first start off by saying the impact is crazy. But it is censored.
Please no spoilers, by the way, just because I plan to watch it eventually.
I won't spoil it, but it is censored.
Yeah.
And as a lover of the books, I feel like by censoring it, they actually took away a lot from the story. Because they had to completely like retcon, if you watch it and then read the book, you'll be like, wait, this plot is very, like, what is this thing about the iron steel thing or whatever? They made up this plot line that is not present in the book.
Okay.
But the impact is so crazy. But I don't want to put a censored show higher than B tier.
It's kind of like interesting because because I've spoken to a few people in person and I asked them, have you seen BL? their first thought is the Untamed, which is interesting to me because it's censored.
So
a lot of people associate that with BL.
yes, it is. I mean, the source material is explicit. Like,
Ooh,
and
they get in there.
They do. On1y and Wei Wuxian are literally like the freakiest couple I could think of. Like,
That's crazy because that does not obviously translate from what I've seen of like
correct.
Social.
Well, On1y is one of those characters, kind of like Thomas's character in Your Sky, who seems like really mature and really put together, but on the inside is like the freakiest person of all time. I love his character for that, low key.
Okay.
But this show it is so clear if you watch it that they are the love interest. This story is the story, even though there's a physical plot, right? But this story is really the story of Wei Wuxian and On1y in their relationship.
Yeah.
But so this show has a great cast of characters. It's good. Okay, fine. I'm kind of advocating for A tier.
Well, I would have expected this to go in at least B tier just because like it is probably the most iconic Chinese BL, right? Like I don't think anything has ever topped it. I
mean, it's so much fun. It's so much fun to watch. Like it is, I don't know, it's good. The actors have chemistry. I think the animated show is better though. That's controversial. But I don't know. I would advocate for A or B. Impact alone.
As a non-watcher, I'm happy to put this in A. Honestly, just like so many people watched BL because of this.
Yeah. Or read Danmei novels.
Yeah, like it's
you
done
should read
so
this.
much. Like this was also really popular in China as well. Apparently, the two actors are like some of China's highest paying actors as well now. So it's
they don't talk. So
yeah, well, that's
there's a lot of fandom drama.
Yeah, gosh, that's crazy. I know the same thing happened with Addicted as well, where the two actors don't talk at all. But yeah, so this being an A tier like feels right for me. I'm not anything below B tier is crazy. I know it is censored, but like you can obviously tell it's very gay.
100%. I think what helped is that. So something I do know is that the people who are behind this production have read the book, so they know what kind of a freak On1y is.
Yeah.
If I was to sell this trope to you, Wei Wuxian is a loudmouth bratty bottom, and On1y is a fake I don't give an effer.
When you say bratty bottom, well, we just talked about bratty bottom, but I think
very different than Rain, but he's equally bratty in a very different way.
He seems a lot more likable, I would say.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is one of my favorite shows of all time. So
no, you are allowed to feel this way.
Also the IP behind this, MDZS, like their characters, the Danmei, the animated show, which I can't remember what it's called right now, they are so impactful. There was literally like a cafe in New York City like dedicated to this. So yeah, like it's anyways, I highly recommend it. I just hate that it's censored.
Yeah, agreed, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
It is what it is.
Shall we move on to the heart killers?
You take the lead, because I think I have a controversial opinion. So,
okay, I liked this one actually a lot. I will say the first half did take me a bit to kind of get into, but I think once I started getting into it, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I think once the stakes were raised and like truths were starting to be revealed, I felt like, oh my God, like what's actually going to happen? Some things that were like plot twists were a bit obvious, I did feel. I think we have so many in B tier, but I honestly think this is another B tier. I feel like in general, it's just, the acting was fantastic. I liked all. Okay, First character was probably my least favorite, although I love First as an actor. I loved Cao Tung's character, Bison. I do think, oh gosh, I don't know. I really did like the show, but I don't think I can give it higher than B tier. Well, I can be persuaded, but I probably wouldn't.
I would actually argue for C.
Okay,
So
interesting.
this was a show I was really excited about because the person who's behind the show was like billing it as like Taming of the Shrew, Much Ado About Nothing inspired with assassins, which
Okay.
literally sounds like it was made in a lab for me. I'm like
Yeah.
a huge Shakespeare fan, like, and 10 Things I Hate About You is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I was very excited going into this, and I felt like the Shakespearean elements were so very clear in the beginning, and then I feel like the last 2 episodes like fell off.
Oh, we have very different opinions about this one.
Yeah. But I think it's Dunk's best performance.
100%.
Yeah. I think JoJo is a fabulous director who is very intentional with his actors, and I think he was able to bring something out of Dunk I have never seen before and I have not seen since.
Okay.
I just watched Dare You to Death in my like free time. So I'm fresh
Okay.
off of that.
I haven't seen it. I have seen people say that they feel like Dunk's acting's regressed a bit since then. I don't know how, because I haven't seen it.
I actually don't think the problem is Dunk in Dare You to Death. I think the problem was the director.
Apparently he's quite uncomfortable with NC scenes, so it didn't, which is like obviously going to show.
I don't know. It can change the vibe of a show if the director is like, you guys are kissing too much. But I don't know about that drama that much. I just didn't really love that show.
Yeah.
But Heart Killers, like,
Okay.
it's fun. I feel like people expected it to be like the next GMMTV show everyone was like going crazy over. But I see more people out of that year, which was what, 2024. I see more people talking about We Are. I see more people talking about Perfect 10-liners still to this day. I rarely hear any peeps about the Heart Killers now.
Right. Okay. That's
Maybe it's just the people I follow, but I just feel like I don't hear as many people talk about it. Again, this is subjective. I'm not a hater of this show.
No, I get what you're saying. I've just like, when we look at the Heart Killers, I'm trying to compare it to other things in B tier. And I would think, would I rather rewatch the Heart Killers or would I rather watch some other shows here? And for me, it's hard because like there are some shows in B tier where it has moments that I absolutely love, but I feel like the Heart Killers for me was actually quite consistent.
Okay.
When I look at it from like an acting point of view as well, it was the show that made me just really appreciate Jung's acting. I didn't realize how good he was at acting until that show came out. Like the
Good
moment
point.
when Bison pointed out that like it's them, I was like, the look in Jung's eyes was insane. And First and Cao Tung are just fantastic actors, and I think Dunk did a very good job at holding up against like these the acting was so good across the board, and I think Dunk also did a really good job as well, and his character was actually my favorite. So I hated the therapy. Sorry, what was the there was a scene when they were, what do you call it? Oh my god, what do you call it? When like Fidel went to, it's not an intervention, oh my god. They were sitting in the chairs or in a circle. It's like a therapy session. Do you remember that?
Was it when they were at that like couple's house?
No. It was like an earlier episode where
Oh, group therapy.
Thank you. Yeah, I hated that moment. I was like, when he started talking about his like, I think
Dog?
yeah, but then also like about a hookup, like leaving, or what he said, the wording was, I was like, people actually have real issues here and you're talking about this?
Yeah.
It's like really invalidating like everyone's experiences, especially someone that's like lost someone. I didn't like that. That was the biggest ick for me in that show.
Okay. See, for me, it was how they resolved the plot with the assassin ring. I felt like it was very like, here, damn. Like, I guess this is how it's getting resolved. But I'm willing to compromise for B tier because I would rather watch the Heart Killers than what we have on C tier. So,
Okay. Is there anything from? Do you think it's one where? Oh god, I like it on B tier. Do we need to add an E tier? Is that what we should do here?
we could.
What do we do here? And just move it into C tier and put the others down? Because it's like, for me, it's
Yeah,
like
we
10 times better than
can.
together. Otherwise, if we move something else from B tier down, just because I feel like it goes up there for me with like some other B tiers, but I'm more than happy to compromise. So what do you think?
See, the issue is we're both happy to compromise.
All right, I think we add an extra tier.
Okay, let's do that. I
So
think
E tier.
all I have to do. Oh, okay, I'm happy with that. This gives us more wiggle room too for more shows.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Century of Love. You like this show, don't you?
I do, but I mean, if this was just shows I liked, this would probably be an A tier. But
I see.
I don't think I can look at this show this way. So this show was from, I believe, 2024. It was Tau Off-Road's second series together.
Mhm.
And it has some great tropes if you like reincarnation, or maybe not reincarnation. Who knows? You have to decide for yourself if who was the love that was reincarnated,
Mhm.
in my opinion. But in my opinion, I think it has a good OST. Of course it does.
I mean,
Tau.
you've got a singer. The man
He can
sings.
sing.
Oh,
But for me, I would probably actually argue for C tier because this, like, a lot of the shows we have in B tier are cult classics.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Love in the Air, ABO Desire, Only Friends. Like, they have, like, their fandoms. You know what I mean? They're cult classics, not in a bad way.
Mm.
But people love. People go feral for them. I don't
Yes,
think
I
Century of
agree.
Love has the same, like, clout.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can also consider your own personal feelings as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Just because, for example, I don't think Ball Boy Tactics was as much as a cult classic as that, but I generally just really enjoyed it. Like, that's why
Yeah,
I think
no.
it deserves B tier. Um,
I have a problem
think-
with the lack of falling action. So that's why I feel C tier is a good middle ground.
I watched this show.
Mhm.
Reincarnation, Fated Lovers is like my favorite trope, which is why Khemjira and Until You Meet Again are some of my favorites. And I also like The Sign as well, but maybe not as much as those two. But I do love that kind of trope. But I don't think I like this one as much as I don't think it's as strong for me personally, even though it hits a lot of, like, I don't know why, because it has a lot of, like, it ticks a lot of the right boxes, right? It's almost like you put it in the lab for me as well. It's like perfect, but it just didn't for me for some reason. And I don't know if it's just because I don't like the characters as much. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm not saying I dislike them. I have no idea, to be honest. For me personally, it just didn't hit the same as some of the others.
Okay, maybe it's also the I'm a straight guy trope thing too, because that also kind of bothers me.
It kind of makes sense in this situation though, because
Yeah, because he's like 100 years old,
he's
right?
old as fuck, right? So he's from a different time. And I think that kind of adds to his character a little bit of, like,
Yeah.
we see that he's from this time, and it shows that, like, because he changes, obviously, right?
He does. And his
So it
character
kind of
arc,
adds to that.
kind of love
Yeah.
it.
And I feel like reincarnated, like when your lover reincarnates from, like, female to male, it does become quite a bit of a sticky situation if you
But
only have an interest in just one gender.
Is Off-Road's
but-
character the reincarnation?
It's gay, that's all I know. I would leave this in C tier though. I would
Okay.
C tiers. Like, I could be persuaded for B tier, but
I
A
don't
tier,
feel that
I'm a little-
passionately.
A tier, I'm a little bit like, I'm happy for you. It's not in my A tier, but yeah, I'm happy for you. The only one, the Taiwanese BL.
Do you want to introduce it? Also, it's from 2024.
Yes, all of 2024. Yeah, so the only one is, are we surprised it's a stepbrothers trope from Taiwan?
No,
Maybe
we're not.
We're not. In saying that though, if you disregard the trope, I actually really enjoyed this one. It just feel like the ending was quite lackluster. I know they were setting up a
agree.
season 2, but they never unfortunately got to do that. So for that, I think it has to lose points. Otherwise, I would be putting it like I actually really, really enjoyed watching this one. Like the first like the 95% of it, I loved, I adored. I thought it was like great chemistry between the leads. And I would honestly have put it in A tier if it just got a proper ending. But because it didn't, I think B tier maybe? Or C
Okay.
tier. But I think B tier is like probably where I would personally put it.
So I don't love stepbrother trope. It's not my thing
That's very
normally.
fair. I am not,
Um, But I watched this and I enjoyed it. I was surprised. I think their dynamic reminds me of On1y One. Because we have like the stern, studious one. Actually, they're both studious, but he's so stern and, you know, like type A. Is that the right way to say it? Like he's so.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying, right? Okay.
Yeah, like he's very like things have to be a certain way, like whatever. So I did enjoy like their clashing dynamics.
Yeah.
Sometimes the studying scenes went too long. I was like, wrap this up. I don't want to relive high school. Um Also, I felt like they were too old to be playing high school students, but nevertheless, I'm happy to agree with B tier.
Okay, we'll put a B tier.
I did like that there were adult like queer mentors.
Yeah.
That was cool. And the
Yeah, I
girls were
actually really
cool
liked
too.
it. Yeah. We Are's next. This one's interesting for me. You go first, actually.
Okay. Well, can we move another show? I feel like I'm going to talk about another show that's on this list. And I'm wondering if we should talk about them at both at once.
Are you talking about, is it Perfect 10-liners or something else?
Yeah, it's perfect 10-liners.
Okay.
I feel
let's-
like
let's
okay.
do-
So hear me out. And I know people love We Are, and we have to acknowledge that. People are like obsessed with this show, right?
Mhm.
But I think these two shows are from the same year, and they're both University BLs directed by the same person.
Yes.
Ensemble series. My problem with We Are is I don't think the pacing is good. I think the pacing is kind of all over the place. And, you know, I don't know. I guess Ponpuan's characters are supposed to be the main characters, even though it's an ensemble series, because like they're first in the poster. But I don't know. I feel like they're all main characters except Mark and Poon's characters. Like I feel like everyone pretty much has.
Yeah.
The only ones who feel like a side character to me are Mark and Poon's characters. Are those their names?
I mean, they didn't have anything till episode like 15 or 16, so like that's fair.
But I don't know. So my issue with VR is the pacing. I just feel like I just didn't love the way it was paced. I felt like this is why I wanted to bring up Perfect 10-liners. If they had split it up like they did Perfect 10-liners, in my opinion, it might have worked a little bit better writing wise, because sometimes the pacing felt like very confusing, or like we're rehashing the same plot because we have to wait for this other ship to move forward first, or vice versa. So I'd argue B tier We Are, B tier Perfect 10-liners.
See, for me, I personally wouldn't put them on the same tier. Just because
Tell me
I like
more.
10-liners more.
Okay.
I agree that the 8 episodes worked much better than 16 episodes of like 4 couples. I think that Woo and Boom were my favorite couple, but they had like not that much screen time compared to Unisatang and Ponpuan in We Are. I think this also just comes from the fact that for me, comedy just isn't my favorite genre. I think Perfect Ten Liners handled, especially in the second and third arcs, I feel like it handled a bit more of the story side of things where it's like, we saw a bit more vulnerabilities, I feel like, presented throughout. And I feel like the characters were a lot more, I don't know if humanized is the right word, but I just feel like I could connect a lot more with the characters in Perfect Ten Liners.
I know exactly what you mean. Let me call back something you said earlier about love in the air. In my opinion, Perfect Ten Liners, they feel more like real people. Some of the characters in We Are feel too perfect. They don't feel like real people to me. Like Pawn's character in We Are is just like too perfect. He's too rich and he's too perfect. Like,
And he likes stuffed animals.
yeah.
I mean, he does have like the parents like issue, of course.
Yeah,
like his
sure,
dad, I think.
sure.
But yeah, but I get what you were saying for sure.
I feel like when there's an ensemble series, you kind of want to have each ship have a lot of distinction in their vibes. And I think Perfect Ten Liners does that better because I feel like, so each ship has kind of like their own dynamic in Perfect Ten Liners. And I guess each ship in We Are has their own dynamic.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot, in We Are, they all have the same tone. It's very much like very lighthearted, very silly, very, very, happy. But in Perfect Ten Liners, you have something like really intense going on with two characters who are very annoyed by each other's presence at first, like with Perth and Santa's storyline, or this like junior senior dynamic that was going on in junior Mark's storyline. And then you have like this messy, semi-toxic relationship going on in the background with Owen Boom's characters and Perfect Ten Liners. Like, to me, they all feel like very different than each other. And I think it works because a university would have very different and messy. And so, yeah. So but I enjoy We Are, like, for example, like if I need something that's like really exciting, not really exciting, sorry, like really happy and like really, I just need to kind of have some happy moments, I might turn on We Are. Yeah, I'm not hating on the show. I like that show. But
no, I agree.
It's impossible not to
exact
compare them.
Same. I think We Are is like really fantastic if you are just someone that wants to, watch a BL and not, maybe you've had like a long day and you come home and you just put on a BL and you're like, I just want to like laugh at something, right? Yeah. I do like that. I just personally, for me, I like a bit more complexity when I'm actively looking for a show.
So let's A tier to Perfect Ten Liners.
Sorry?
I think we should A tier Perfect Ten Liners. You're right.
Okay, but this is my thing now. Perfect Ten Liners, based on the second and third arcs, I would definitely put A tier for me. But the fourth book arc did bring it down a bit for me.
Interesting.
My only issue. But I did love Junior Mark so much in that show.
Junior Mark are like my favorite GMM ship that's a BL ship that is not William and Est. So I understand.
I am happy to put, like, this is how I feel. Perfect Ten Liners is like A B tier, and then We Are is like C B tier.
Yes. But you know what I think is bringing up We Are scores, in my opinion? GMM fandom impact. I feel like We Are has a very, very strong fandom, and so does Perfect Ten Liners. I'm not trying to say Perfect Ten Liners doesn't, because like Perfect Ten Liners birthed Perth Santa's fandom, which we have to admit is like a very powerful and large fandom. And Junior Mark too, like it, you can't deny that these shows are not popular. So I feel like the thing that, in my opinion, is bringing We Are up a little bit in my mind is the impact, because people are like obsessed with this show. Like,
it was so popular.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, I reckon we put them in like a tentative Perfect Ten Liners in A tier and a tentative We Are in B tier.
Okay.
But I will say though, for me personally, I'm probably more likely to watch other B tier shows than We Are.
Me too.
but I think B tier makes sense looking at it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think I'd rather watch the Heart Killers than We Are, is like kind
Oh,
of how I feel.
you know what? Me too. Let's move it to C.
Oh, okay.
If we're thinking about it, and if we're gonna consider that as like a what we would rather watch as well,
Yep.
I think it fits in with C tier.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's easy, I guess.
Now-
Semantic Error's next.
This is
sorry,
where I
we're gonna
kind of
say-
feel like maybe we should move down perfect 10-liners.
Well, A or B tier is happy for me. Like for me, it's
Okay,
the second and
okay.
third arc that is A tier for me, but it's the first arc which is like kind of C tier for me. So that's
Okay.
why I'm like B tier like works for me, A tier works with me. Just don't put
Okay.
it in this, please. Like
Let's leave it in A. Let's leave it in A.
We can move it around. It's like low A tier for me. So
Okay.
Semantic Error. I love this show a lot. It was what got me into BL. So there's always going to be that nostalgia, that bias. It's so simple, but I think it was executed so well. Everything from like the chemistry between the leads, the height difference is so cute. I love like enemies to lovers. Despite the fact that the main character, the one that wears the cap, is like meant to be unlikable, he's low-key likable still. Like I don't know how to explain it. I think it did a lot for Korean BL. I think without this show, we would not be having as like much Korean BL as we would now. I need seasons 2 to 7 like right now. I would give it A tier, but I'm happy with B tier as well.
I think my only issue with the show is the ending. I feel like
Yeah.
the story is not complete. But I'm willing to give it A tier because it's very enjoyable. It's an enjoyable watch. I just was so frustrated that there is no ending to me.
You are right. I think because it's almost like it leads up for a season 2, which we
Yes.
never get, and I doubt we will ever get. Hopefully, I didn't jinx that, but I would say, like I said, I'm happy with A or B tier. I think in terms of like what I would watch, like right now, I'd probably be likely to rewatch it. I've seen it a lot of times, actually. I'll just say that. So for me, it's like high B tier or towards like A tier. That's how I feel.
I
Wait,
feel like,
what would you give it? Like a B tier or
I
C
mean,
tier?
no. Well, if I was rating it on writing, maybe, but we're not just considering
The
that.
overall picture.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
how
yeah.
would you rate it?
I think if Perfect 10-liners is A for now, then Semantic Error should also be A for now.
Yeah. I like that then. But my issue is that like the rest of these shows are so good. So we're gonna
I
be
know
like,
the issue is what we're gonna come up to.
we might have to move things down eventually. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So this next show is one of my favorite shows of all time.
She ate that. She ate that.
It's I Feel You Linger in the Air, and it is a masterpiece and one of the best things to ever happen,
Look.
in my opinion.
Yes. Before Khemjira came, it was my favorite Thai BL of all time. So, like I said, the trope of time travel and fated lovers is something that I just love. And, oh God, if this cannot go below A tier for me.
I agree. Honestly,
Is this
considering
not
what's
S tier?
it might be S tier.
No, because there's like 3 others on the list that I also want an S tier.
Honestly, there's 4 shows after this that I would be like, let's put this on S
Ooh.
tier. So
Okay.
but it's so okay. I'll give my critique of it though. I have
Okay.
one issue with I Feel You Linger in the Air, and this is what I always tell people. I love this show, but you're gonna want to read the book because the ending is not complete.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The ending is so frustrating. There should have been more falling action. Like he should have been transmigrated back Spoiler alert, he should have been transmigrated back and had a full episode in the future or our present where he got to meet you know who again.
Have you seen the special episode?
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's like he comes from the past.
Yeah, and then he like leaves again, and I'm like,
yeah,
back to the first,
right,
back to square one.
Have you read the novel?
I haven't, but I did look up spoilers because I was like, I need to know.
There's all this stuff that like kind of happens to like lead him to that moment where they get to meet again in the house. And it's just, I don't know. I'm like, we didn't even get to see like any of that information. And it's because they were setting up a potential season 2, but we never got it.
They announced it and then those bitches pulled out. Sorry.
So mad.
I'm so mad about
They
that.
should recast it and just we will just pretend. Kidding.
I mean, I would love if it was the same actors though, just because I feel like I really loved the actors. I know obviously Bright is now with Great. I think
Except, is he? I think there's some people who are saying that like maybe that's not gonna happen, so we don't know yet, really.
We'll see.
We'll see. So S tier?
Yeah, I am happy to put in S tier for now.
Yeah.
Potentially can move it down because I don't know if it impacted the industry as much as some other shows on this list.
Correct.
I
loved. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I should stop because I could talk about I Feel You Linger the Air forever.
It feels so good to know someone that's not only seen it but appreciates it the way I do, because I feel like I'm in my Discord server like, guys, I love this show, and they're all like, I haven't seen it. I was like, y'all flopped. No,
that's an L. Kidding.
Twilight's next. And I already know that you don't like time skips in this show because you're very... I've seen your 2024 tier list, which was interesting because maybe not the time skip, but I did like the last bit of this show, to be fair. I think that I would put this B tier, but what would you put it?
Okay. So
you're like,
I'm not blind. Before I say this, I'm not blind, but I am disabled. And I really take offense to what happened in the third act of this show. I think it is problematic that he got his sight back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's ableist.
Yeah.
Because that's not necessarily, I mean, sure, it could happen, but that's not necessarily how disability works. Like, for example, I will always be neurodivergent. That will not change about me, no matter how much, like how many coping mechanisms I have. It's, it's just how my brain is wired, right? Yeah. And so I just hate what happened. And also the times. I mean, him getting his sight back was like in the time skip. So my issue was with the time skip. I feel like if the show had made different choices in the time skip, I would argue it could be an S tier. But I literally have such a problem with the ableism that was engendered by the show. And I know that's going to be controversial and people will probably come for me. And I'm sorry if that offends you, but like it offended me.
Yeah. No, I
would argue C tier.
Saying 100%. Because for me, it's like they showed there was another person that was also blind in the show. And he was one that married Emmy, right? Was it Emmy that?
No. No, wait, did he? No.
Yeah, I think Emmy was in last week.
Wait, yes, he did. Sorry.
No.
I couldn't remember who he married.
And I really liked the fact that, even though he was blind, it showed that he could still have like a good life.
Exactly.
And he was like happy. And I'm not saying it's a surprise that they did give C back his, I don't remember his character's name, back his eyesight. Day. Oh, I guess day and night. That's right. Oh, Mark. I love
Mark is so talented.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think that's my issue with some GMMTV projects is the fact that every story will always have a happy ending.
Yeah. But he could have a happy ending while also being blind.
Of course they can. And that's what annoys me. I'm like, why? It's like they're trying to raise awareness for disabilities, but like, I think they need to handle it a little bit better still. I know that some people also had some issues in
Pluto. Yeah, watch my reactions if you want to hear me.
some people also had issues with Gemini 4th in Moonlight Chicken as well. I haven't seen
Yes.
but I know Gemini plays deaf person, right?
Yes. He does.
I'm a sucker for these stories. So like they're always a story that has a lot of potential for me. Because like usually they're emotional and heartfelt, and that's like make me cry, please.
Yes.
But yeah, so last Twilight, I personally would give B tier, but if we want to give C tier, then I think I'm more than happy to give this C tier.
If I'm being biased, I want to give it C tier.
Okay, we can give it C tier.
Okay. Thank you. You're
Yeah,
going to have
of
to talk
course.
about this one. I haven't seen it.
Okay, so Revenged Love is very interesting. I don't actually, based on what you've told me, I don't think you will like it. I think there is some of its issues that it has. I think you will be like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. And that is the fact that the female characters, I don't think, have been written well. There is some consent issues as well, which, especially in the earlier episodes. In saying that, though, I do think that the main protagonist is one of the most likable protagonists that I've seen in a BL. I really love him. I think I love the actor a lot. I like the side couple a lot too. I do know that the book was a lot more problematic, and I think they
It's
toned it
based
down
on
a
what?
lot.
Counterattack? I think it's called Counterattack,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So basically, to sum it up, there's the main character who had a girlfriend for 3 years. She ends up. Have you read Counterattack or?
No,
seen
I
it?
just know it's called that.
Do you know the story overall though?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so basically the main
People
character.
people have been begging for me to watch this show. And then I've had a lot of people DM me and be like, Brinley, people will not like what you have to say. So you probably should not watch it. But to be clear, if someone wants to Venmo me $1,000, I will watch it.
You hear it here, folks.
Buy me plane tickets to Thailand. I will watch it.
She's
and
going back.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah. So basically, there's a guy who's in like a 3-year relationship with the girl. She ends up breaking up with him for superficial reasons, so usually money. She ends up getting into a relationship with this rich guy who is the second main character because the rich guy's parents want him to have a girlfriend, basically. Right?
Oh.
For the main character, whose name is Woo-Soo Wei, he tries to get back at the girl by trying to get with the guy because he finds out that the guy actually likes men. So he tries to. So it is one of those.
Wait.
Sorry,
So he's
I'm really
fake.
bad explaining.
So he's fake dating the girl.
Okay. So how do I explain this? So there's characters. The first character is Woo-Soo Wei, and the second character is Shoshong.
Okay.
Shoshong's parents want him to have a girlfriend because, I guess like he's from this rich family. There's like, the image that he has to uphold. And I guess like he chooses her because it's like the most convenient thing. She ends up being the 3-year, like she was in a 3-year relationship with the other main character called Woo-Soo Wei. But she basically breaks up with him because Woo-Soo Wei is like poor and he doesn't really take care of himself. So Woo-Soo Wei ends up finding out that she is now with this new guy, which is like Cha-Chong, which is the second lead. But Cha-Chong actually has like romantic interest in men. Like,
So
basically
is he
sleeps around with
bi or is he
Yes, so
gay? He's bi.
So Woo-Soo Wei is like straight. Cha-Chong's
Okay.
bisexual, but maybe prefers men more, I guess. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
So Woo-Soo Wei tries getting back at his female ex by trying to get with Cha-Chong, basically, right? I feel very mixed about this because I did really, really enjoy it, especially from about episode 7 onwards. It is a bit problematic, and to think the fact that they toned down the problematic themes is actually crazy because it's still there. But it definitely, it's so hard for me to rank this because it is really good, but then I just think about those moments and I think it brings it down a bit for me. And also, of course, it is very impactful. I think.
Yeah, they were chasing them through the airport too.
It was like the first Chinese like uncensored BL that we heard of in like so long. So it was kind of like what an uncensored Chinese BL, so people naturally would go watch it. Honestly, if you're looking at impact, it would be A tier. For
Okay.
me, I'd probably say A or B tier as well. Gosh, it's hard because I actually really did like this show, which is the thing. Like, it was actually one of my favorites from last year. You look at the character dynamics towards like the second half of the series, and you're like, it's so like wholesome and cute sometimes, but like I don't know, like I think A tier. I feel like it probably is A
Okay.
tier, to be honest. Yeah.
We can put it there. Let's put it.
I also
All
really like the
right.
second couple as well. It's very rare that I'll like both couples equally, but I really did.
Oh, interesting. So then I'm excited to hear what you think about the next show we're talking about, which has 3 couples.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. The next show is
Well,
Your Sky,
yeah.
which is 2024 as well. So,
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna consider this without considering the special episodes.
okay.
Personally. Because I did not like the special anywhere near as much as the actual show, except for the 3rd episode.
I rarely count special episodes because in my opinion, they're not really like part of the main plot. They're very like normally
It's
just like
filler.
fluff. So yeah.
Fan-servicey, right?
Yeah.
I will say the 3rd episode of this special kind of did work with the plot. If it was like, because you know,
Oh, the
like, a lot-
jealousy?
I think it was more like the. No, I think that might have been episode 2, but the 3rd
okay.
episode was like the final episode. I think was like a nice wrap up on like closing that show for me. I think it does follow a very classic trope. This fake dating, like Together does it, right? But this one's much better for me. The chemistry between Thomas and Kong is so undeniable. Episodes, I think 6 and 8 took me out because I never realized that DMD does NC scenes like that. So when I saw them in that, I was like, what is happening?
Wait,
I
was this
so
your first
shocked.
Dumandi show?
I saw Cutie Pie, but I never realized what DMD was. Like, I was just like,
Okay.
watching. And then everyone was like, it's a DMD show. Of course it's going to have an NC scene. And I was like, bitch, I thought these two were like the most cutest, wholesome, like, they're so cute. I loved it. And I was like, what is happening? An episode I love their chemistry. It was really popular. I don't know if it was as popular as some of the others in B tier. I could be wrong about that, but
Honestly, though, not to get on my Dumandi horse.
Go, do it.
So this show it started a new era for Dumandi, in my opinion. People can argue with me in the comments if they want to. That's fine. Okay. But I'm right. So this show is when they started, in my opinion, really trying to do right by their shows. Because with this show came in tandem promo. And promo for Dumandi shows before Your Sky looked very, very different. Dumandi wasn't putting things out consistently. And so they were trying stuff with this show that now it is their playbook.
Yeah.
Like busking events. But something that was different is the crazy amount of people who showed up. The popularity of this show was unexpected. And I call this show the little show that could, because the budget was low. For Dumandi show, budgets are never low, but like for Dumandi, this was a low budget show. Like, it's easy to produce. They're at a university. Like, you don't really have to buy fancy costumes. You don't have to get a fancy set. They're at a university, right? So in my opinion, what this show did for that company, what this show did for the cast, because all 3 of them like skyrocketed in popularity, and the fact that it created like this, it got a lot of people we'll talk about something else later that did this crazier, in my opinion. But it got a lot of people interested in Dumandi where they had kind of maybe written them off in the past or not been as trusted. Because like people used to be like, Dumandi never sends out merch. Like, we buy it, but we never get it or whatever. But this era, like, people were getting the merch. You know what I mean? Like, it was a different
interesting.
era.
I didn't know this.
Considering the show and considering the impact and what it helped bolster, I'd vote A.
Okay. For me, Dumandi, like, I never really paid attention to them until this show. I feel like this show was like, I mean, I seen Cutie Pie because like I was just in 2022, I was just going through every single BL that I could find at the time.
Me
And
too.
Cutie Pie was one of them. I think this show, because before I always saw DMD as like, because I'd seen some of the other shows, I always saw them as like, there's some of I don't know, hit or miss for me. I felt it was very hit or miss. Then Your Sky came out and I was like, oh, I really love this. I will say though, the one thing that I don't like about Domandi shows is the sponsorships. It's so overdone. If I hear Go Hair one more time, I'm gonna cry. I can't take this anymore. God, it hurts me sometimes. I just heard it so
GMMTV
many
shows
times.
borderline that too. I'm like, let us stop
They
with
do.
the Oishi.
That's why sometimes. No, I agree. It's so obvious with the way they're holding the bottle. I'm like, please don't. Like, I understand, of course, they need budget so that they can make these projects. And
my only issue
the
with
next
the
Prince
show.
is even worse
Oh, go
for
ahead.
it.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say the next Prince is even worse for sponsorships because it was so expensive. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
My one issue with Your Sky is I feel like I feel like there's only a few characters who are actually well developed. And by that, I think only Tirak and Moonfa are well developed. In my opinion, they didn't develop the side ships. They didn't really develop the side characters in a way that felt satisfactory to me because like I really loved Real and Hia and we got nothing. Like nothing.
I agree. I personally didn't connect with Real and Here till like episode 10 because like you said, I feel like the development wasn't necessarily there. Like I didn't necessarily care for them. And all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Like these guys are good too. I was always interested in, forgive me y'all, but poor TT Paul. I was always interested in.
Well, they got nothing either.
They didn't even get a kiss, even in the special episodes. I always saw them as poor TT Paul, and I really loved that. And the fact that got taken away because of some toxicity with like either fans or like the novel writer, I don't get why it has to be like one or the other. I kind of liked having a switch ship, and I feel like we finally have that as an opportunity. And they definitely have just looking at them physically, like they definitely have a look that could pull that off easily. It is what it is, but I really liked their dynamic. I thought they were really cute. Thomas is hot as well. I just want to say, I was simping for that man.
I think we have different taste in men.
Also,
we also have different tastes in romance in real life, but like if when it comes to these fictional characters, I think we have different tastes.
I think as well. Like I just.
Oh, okay. So never mind. We have the same taste.
No. I love them both. And I feel like it hit a lot harder, the show, after watching Demandi Friendship reality season 1 and 2. So I've seen like both that. I've kind of been like, like I just love seeing how you can see why they were casted in Your Sky because of that performance at the end of Demandi reality.
Yes.
1, right? It's like they were written for this role, right? So I really love that. I guess I personally would give it B tier.
Okay.
But if you want to give it A tier and you feel very passionate, I'm happy for you to move it up.
I kind of feel very passionate.
Okay. That sounds great to me. Oh my God, the next show is KinnPorsche. I've only recently started watching this, so I'm only on episode. I just finished episode 6, so I'm on to episode 7 now.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Oh, there's like what, 14 episodes?
Yeah, so I'm almost halfway now at this point.
Why don't you say what's happened so I don't spoil it?
Okay, so what's happened is, they got kidnapped. Oh my God, I was about to say what's their names. I was like, Kinn and Porsche, hello. So Kinn and Porsche both got kidnapped in the truck, and then they ended up getting stranded in like this forest outback area. And then do you remember this? What I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
And then basically it was like the episode where they were bonding with each other, and I loved it so much because we got to see a new side of Kinn.
Was it the one where they're bonding in the forest or the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're in the forest, and at the end of the episode, Kinn gets shot in the shoulder, or allegedly around there. So I think what happened is that Porsche was taking a week off from work because Kinn's father said, have a week off, decide basically. And then Kinn basically followed Porsche to his home, crashed his friends' hangout, and then his friends left, and then Kinn and Porsche got kidnapped. And then now they're stranded in the forest.
Despite what you've learned about me and my preferences tonight, KinnPorsche is actually one of my favorite BLs.
Oh, I've heard there's problematic things in this, but I haven't seen
There
that
is.
many yet.
The problematic stuff comes Ken, I mean, there was a lack of consent during their first time, right? But because Porsche was drugged.
Yes, I did speak about this, didn't I?
Yeah, not a big fan of that. But I think when people talk about problematic things in KinnPorsche, they actually talk about something that comes in the third act with Vegas. I'm sure you can guess. So
so I'm aware of Vegas as an asshole. I already know what he tried doing in episode 4. That man.
Yeah. So just prepare
hands.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm already expecting it. Like,
but so like KinnPorsche, honestly, this show, and maybe it's because I like a mafia storyline, but there's just something about this show. I don't know what it is that makes me enjoy it, but it is also a cult classic. Like people cannot stop talking about this show years later.
Yeah, that's true. It is one of the like standouts. I also want to acknowledge as well that it really, really pushed like the boundary of like BL. Like it really, because the production value was there. I don't know what company made it, but
Beyond Cloud.
I don't even know what else they've done. But this is the fact that like it just wasn't an engineering BL at a time where it was mostly just engineering BLs. For me, it just from what I've seen and also like how like iconic it is, I think A tier.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, perfect. We agree.
Yeah, I think it's so iconic. Like putting it less than A tier. I think if other people were doing this tier list, they might argue S, but I cannot argue that because of what we have coming. So yeah. The OST of this.
You got me. Oh my god. It is so the opening thing, iconic.
So good. And you know what? Have you heard the other song yet?
Is it a Jeff song or which one is it? Because
Why Don't You Stay?
I've listened to the English version. Like that's in my playlist on Spotify. I don't think I've heard the Thai version. Like the tour version, which is the English version. Yeah.
Well, so it's that impactful that when he performed at the Grammy Museum last week in Los Angeles, the first Thai artist to ever do so, he sang Why Don't You Stay?
Oh, I love that. And I know he's also like in the US like performing. I saw him doing like one of the Good Morning America shows or something.
Yes,
like,
he was here.
It's like
I'm so jealous.
I feel it. Yeah, that one. I forgot.
Ride or Die. I'm a huge Jeff fan.
Such a good song. No, you don't understand. I was like, I posted my Discord server before we started today. I was like, guys, I have an announcement. And they were like, because I was like searching on Google for like an image, and I left them hanging for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then I sent them a photo of Jeff and said, guys, I've added a new man to my simp list. That's literally it.
After this, you're gonna have to tell me who your simp list is. We can compare who we simp for. I don't know if it'll be the same. I feel like it'll be very different. Again, because
yeah. Oh my god! I just saw the next one.
Okay, so do you want to introduce us? You love this show. I love this show too, but
if you would like to cry within 5 minutes watching a BL, I suggest watching Until We Meet Again. That's the introduction. Yeah, this one when I watched it for the first time, so I watched it in 2023. It was like the first like emotional BL that I watched, and again, there's the fated lovers trope. I love like the reincarnated love. I love reincarnation in the story. Like I just I love it, and it's not perfect by any means, this show, but in a way it's almost perfect for me. Like I don't know how to explain it. I just love it. I think some things could be toned down, like the comedic aspects of it when it's so serious a lot of the time, and the sponsorships as well was quite a lot at times. but when the scenes hit, it hit me harder than maybe like some like among like the top hitting like BLs. I don't know if that makes sense, but it hit me so hard.
Yeah.
I don't think I've rewatched a BL as much as this either. I was such an Fluke stan back in the day. Like I loved it, and I was like, "Are they dating?" I was really interested in that. They aren't, but like I was really curious because I didn't understand the whole fan service thing at the time and everything. But
Understood.
yeah, yes, but I loved their dynamic. It made me watch the 609 bedtime story, which wasn't that great, but I watched it because I loved them. So
I watched it because of them too. Something you'll learn about me the more we chat is, well, I guess I have a type. Like I love Fluke, okay? And so
yeah.
I've watched everything he's been in pretty much, even if it's been bad.
There's been a
So
few bad ones, unfortunately.
unfortunately, hey, but things are looking up. Things are looking up.
Yes. Wait, is it Peter Pan?
Yeah, and his face is right on our screen right now. He's
Oh yeah.
he just
He's right
reset.
after. Oh my god, wait, was it your video or was it someone else that like they said Peter Pan and Pond and
Kuhart.
Kuhart?
Yep.
And then Kuhart was also like in the same show as Fluke. Fluke also dated wait, like it's really messy. I'm just trying to think. It goes everywhere. Oh
Yes,
god.
they're like in a love diagonal. Like
yeah, it's crazy.
it's
And I love every
crazy.
single moment of it.
Me too.
But yeah, so Until We Meet Again is A tier for me.
I would argue A tier as well. Great.
Mm.
We're in agreement. It's so good.
Amazing.
So good.
Yay.
But be prepared if you're going to watch it and if you haven't seen it before, the first few minutes might trigger you. They're very like I've just never seen a show open like that.
Yeah.
Loved the
Oh my
show though.
God.
It's New's best work, in my opinion. The director, it's his best work.
What other work has New directed?
We Are, Perfect 10 Liners.
The same director.
Yeah.
But we like those shows.
Yeah. Revamp.
I haven't seen Revamp. Did you react to it? Did you just attack the show the entire reaction?
No.
Is that what you did? Okay.
I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. And honestly, let me shout out the Bun Prem fandom real quick. They were so understanding and the kindest fandom because they also were very frustrated by the show. And so it was really interesting because all of us were really excited about the show in the beginning. And then as the show continued, we were like, wait, what is going on? So
it's so disappointing. I can see the perspective of anyone that supports a couple and they really like a couple, but they just don't get the script that they deserve.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think Jung Dunk needs a script that's a bit stronger for them. I think that I haven't seen Day to Death yet. I've heard mixed things about it, so I won't touch on that. But, I think Star in Sky, Star in My Mind, whatever that was good at the time. And I actually enjoy it. Like, I know it's very simple. It's typical engineering BL, but I like that one a lot. The Hidden Agenda, didn't vibe with it really that much. The upcoming one, maybe I'm just not that as into office romances, but I don't find myself that attached to it either.
So next is Reset, which I did watch. And it's from 2025. It's a transmigration show starring Peter Pan and Pond, who are both very talented.
So talented. Some of the best acting I think I've seen in Thai BL. Well, it is also around an actor, but so I'm glad.
True.
Imagine they casted a terrible actor.
True.
Oh God.
But honestly, I love this show. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like not as compelled by their chemistry together as I am by their work with other people, specifically Pond.
Right. That's interesting because I've seen Pond with. He's been in so many things actually.
Yeah, he has. He's never had
like as just a rival in a way, but he's really because I loved him in Forever You as well.
Me too.
Like Forever You, I would say Forever You is better than We Are.
I agree.
And similar. And for me, I like Perfect 10 Liners second and third arc more personally, but I like Forever You as a whole. Like, kind of, I feel like it's more consistent. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I would say that, yeah,
It's
everyone's
so
like, "If
good.
you watch part 2," and I'm like, I know, guys, they'll get there eventually in like 2028. But Reset for me, I in your words, I was compelled by this one actually.
No, I was compelled, but I think I was experiencing, and when I say this is something that I say to like my friends, airing psychosis. When I'm watching a show as it's airing, sometimes I get in this headspace where I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen ever. And sometimes it does not stand the test of time for me. Although I was compelled by this. I feel like some people are really feral about this show and they're like, we need them to be a fixed ship and to be in 12 different other shows. And I'm like, I think this show was good as it is and I don't need more. I don't know if I made sense.
No, you do. I agree with the look of Peter Pan and Pond. I think that they look better with other actors.
Oh.
Like, as in, like, when I saw Peter Pan and Fluke, I was like, wait, I kind of love this. And I don't mean that in the sense of like every couple has to be like one taller, one shorter. Like there's got to be this difference. Like one embodies more of a top look and a bottom look. I'm not saying anything like that, right?
Sure. You
I
just mean how they look visually, like maybe their aura.
It's like the same way I feel about, actually, no, I feel worse about these two. Great and Bright. I actually don't know how I feel about them.
We feel the same.
Okay, I think I feel like, yeah. So I think they're both good actors, and I saw good acting in their pilot. They kind of give me more like visually, like they look like best friends, like visually.
It's also how this poster is set up. Like Reset is kind
I'm looking
of
at it now. They look like twin brothers almost. Not twin brothers, but they look like brothers, like rivals, brothers or something. It's giving bromance actually.
Yeah, like why is the poster set up like this? It's a very interesting poster. Well, this show is, I think, actually one of the better transmigration shows that doesn't have to do with past lives. Or I guess it does have to do with past lives. You know what I mean? Like it has to do with their past lives, not their past lives in a different generation. Yeah. I don't like, there's a distinction for me, like between, you know, I Feel You Linger in the Air. It's about their past lives, but not their past life in 2023, their past life in whenever. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this is about their one lifetime and they go back in their lifetime. That's what I'm trying to say. And so I think it's, if we're going to compare it to another show that came out around at the same time, was like My Stand-In was another like transmigration that took place in the same era in which it started in. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get it.
I think it's just like, I think it's well written. But again, my issue with it is I felt like there was just something about the pacing that I just felt like needed a little bit of work. So.
Okay.
But I'd argue like I would, if it was personal list, I may put it on A, but I think B tier because I think even though it has a really strong fandom and people really loved it, I don't think it like changed the industry.
Yeah.
In the same way that A tier did.
Yeah. Okay. See, it's interesting because I'm looking at A tier and I'm like, okay, would I rather rewatch Reset or would I rather rewatch like some of these on A tier, I would probably go more for Reset. But I also agree that in terms of like impact, every single show on the A tier kind of feel like it had more impact than Reset. Reset was kind of like, I don't want to say underground, but like it wasn't really
niche.
That popular, right? Yeah.
I think it was more popular. I'm not sure about this, so correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but like I think it was more popular in Thailand than it was internationally.
This is probably A tier, but I can compromise with the B.
Okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, I mean,
we can put in B.
Yeah. Also, but they're very talented.
You, by the way, because I haven't seen it. They are so talented. I haven't seen Jack and Joker. People want me to, and I plan to. I think I'll like it, but you
Just don't watch the special
do you not
episode.
like it?
No.
Oh, I've heard
I
it's
like Jack and
terrible.
Joker.
I've heard it's terrible.
The special episode
I've heard the
is
special
so
episode
bad.
is terrible.
Don't watch it.
Okay.
Don't watch the special episode. Okay, so Jack and Joker was also from 2024. It is Yin and War's like first series together. I think is independent. Like they have their own company now. From my understanding, they like self-funded this. Like it took like from my understanding, it was produced by D Hop House, which automatically to me, oh my God, for me, guess what they also produced? I Feel You Linger in the Air. So like this, any D Hop House production is going to be like, there's going to be something special, in my opinion. I think the show has a lot of good things about it. I also think it has a lot of things to be critiqued about it. It is about these two guys, Jack and Joker.
Okay.
And Joker is like, I guess he's rich.
Ooh.
And to like rebel, he's kind of a thief. And so he meets Jack one night, and essentially he ends up getting Jack arrested. And then he feels like really guilty about it. So he turns himself in, and then he goes to prison for a while. And then he comes back out and he's trying to get Jack to forgive him and to make it right because he kind of screwed up Jack's life a little bit. So that is the dynamic that is going on in the show. It is very interesting. It takes place in like I don't know what the equivalent would be in Australia, but in America, I might call it government housing, like really, really like low income. Like that is like the area in which this show takes place. And I think it has a lot to say about class issues. I think it has a lot to say about rich people. I think there's some really interesting stuff going on here. And whether they do it well or they don't, that's up to the viewer's discretion, right? But I think they try to set things up here. And I think, they are doing something that I think two other shows on this list do, which is where they try to prioritize storytelling. And although I feel like the ending of this show is really weak and the special episode is even weaker, they should have never even released it. Sorry.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I feel like with the special episode, they were just trying to be different. They just wanted to be that show that was different. And that's why they made the choice that they made. And I have an issue with that. I don't like it when shows like try to put themselves like a sense of superiority. Like we're just going to try to be different, not for any reason other to be. But the show by itself, special episode aside, pretty solid. I'd argue B tier because the impact, I don't think it's as crazy impact as things that are on A tier.
Yep, put it in B tier. I'm happy with that.
Sorry, that was like a long summary of that show, but also the women characters in the show.
A-tier.
Oh, oops. Thank you. The women characters in this show, I like.
They're done well. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, these two have no age gap.
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
It's on my list. It's on my list.
Also, they might have a slight age gap, but these two are really like close in it. I don't know their exact birthdays or whatever, but these two are not like they're around the same age. I actually think they might be my age. I'm not sure. I would have to look it up.
How old are you?
28.
Wait, did you turn 28 this year or are you turning 28?
I just turned 28 like a few weeks ago.
Hello, my mind. Well, happy birthday. I'm 28 too this year. 1998.
1998.
Yes, we're so old.
We are so old, but that's so funny that this worked out like
Love
that.
that.
So I think they're 1998 babies too. I can't remember though. I think they're around our age. First and Tung are our age, by the way. Fun fact. And Mix from Earth Mix, also our age.
He's our age. He feels so much older because he's been around for so long. I don't know.
I know, right? He was like employed very young.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, so this show, I Told Sunset About You. Do you know the premise?
Two friends. Were they rivals? I don't remember, but they were both really like competing, or like they were really good students. Or I don't remember.
So they're best friends in childhood, essentially, and they have a falling out. Okay, and then fast forward to high school, they are going to after school language school together, or they end up going to the same one. And Bilkin's character ends up being fascinated by PP's character. Maybe not fascinated, infatuated. And I think at first he thinks it's because he wants to be friends again. No, I know in fact it's because he thinks he wants to be friends again. Like he has a girlfriend, mind you, at the beginning of the show. And that wanting to be friends again, in my opinion, is not actually wanting to be friends again. He's infatuated with PP's character.
Yep.
And they've had this sort of connection since they were young. And this show is about discovering yourself and identity. And there's like some really powerful scenes in this show. Like there's a scene where I don't want to give too much away, but
I will be watching it soon, so don't worry.
Okay, I won't give too much away. This show is a very untraditional BL though. Like I don't remember how many episodes there are, but it's way less than normal. And then my only conflict with this show is actually the finale. I think it's rushed. I don't think there's enough time for falling action. And with the conflict, it feels very abrupt that we don't get any falling action and kind of like, so what was the point if we don't get falling action? Okay. But it's a good show. And people, honestly, like if you had seen it, I might argue for S tier. But since you haven't seen it, we cannot deny the impact of this show. I think it won like over 20 awards. I don't remember this specific. Like the impact of I Told Sunset About You is crazy. It skyrocketed Bilkin and PP to like normie fame in Thailand.
Right.
And from my understanding, at least what I've heard from a lot of my friends, is a lot of Thai QL actors are not like household names, but you know who kind of are? Bilkin and PP. This is what my friends tell me. So, you know, of course,
too, don't they? And
now they do.
Musically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, A tier seems right because I, like, even having not seen it, I also know it's quite iconic. Yeah, it is on my list to watch. Unfortunately, like my audience doesn't seem as interested in me watching this, but maybe it's because like it's an older one, so like maybe it's like recency, like bias potentially as well. But I think it's something that I would really like because I know it's quite emotional and heartfelt too, right?
I think you would like it, actually.
Well, I actually put up a poll on Patreon. I was like, guys, what should I watch? Only Friends, Dream On, Duong with You, or I Told Sunset About You? And everyone just voted like the other two. And I was like, oh, no one cares about this. Well, I'm still going to watch it either way. But yeah, because I just think I want to sometimes, like, yeah, I obviously do let people choose what they want me to react to. But there are also like some shows where I'm like, guys, I'm going to do this. So
yeah.
It's shorter as well. So it's like 5 episodes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't sound like a lot.
They're longer episodes.
Okay, that's good then. But yeah,
Yeah,
8 sounds good to me.
Okay. Me and T.
So who wants to start?
You can.
Okay, so me and T, I think it's done a lot for GMMTV in the sense of like, a lot of people got exposed to GMMTV. GMMTV was really popular before, but I feel like a lot of people kind of took a break from BL and then came back to watching it because of this show and how much they heard about it. Similarly with Khemjira as well. It was probably GMMTV's biggest project based on numbers alone. I don't know if that means it's actually the most popular, but that's just what I've heard. I love that it's also so deeply rooted in like Thai humor, and it's done so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of love that a show like that is doing well. William Esther in it, so that's immediately a gets marks for that. I wish we saw more of them, but I understand boys in a band, and they also got another show coming out, and there's a lot going on, so I understand that. I think I probably give it an A, just because of how it's hard to say because it could just be recency as well. Like who knows who we'll be talking about in 5 years from now on, right? I think A tier makes sense to me just because of like how iconic it was. I feel like GMMTV last year didn't produce as many BLs that were like everyone was talking about. But then Me and T was released, and all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh yeah, GMMTV." Because you had like Khemjira, and you had like all these other shows. You had like foreign, like non-Thai BLs that were blowing up as well.
Like
But
heated
GMMTV had
rivalry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I feel like, and like Revenge Love was blowing up, and then you had ABO Desire. Um, Even Japan was putting out like a bunch of like BLs that were doing really well, like Ten
Mm.
Dance and School Trip, and there was many more. But I feel like GMMTV was kind of like lacking that like one hit. ThamePo technically did come out in 2025, but it started in 2024, so I'm excluding
Yeah.
that.
I feel like I
Um,
count it more 2024 because it aired mostly in 2024.
but even like, yeah, I mean, I think it did start like late 2024, but yeah, like
Yeah.
regardless, it's like BNT was like almost what GMMTV needed to like the hit that they needed. My issue when it comes to Thai BL comedy is that sometimes they overdo it, and the effects
Mm.
and everything can be like a bit much for me sometimes. I feel like this show does it in a way where, because it's like almost satirical, or like it's like satire, right? That it works really well for the show, like the comedic elements that they do, where it's really over the top, but it's purposely over the top, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think they did a really good job with this one.
Mm.
I would give it A or B tier. What would you give it?
If we're considering impact, A or B tier. But if we're not considering that, I would argue B or C. I
Okay.
like this show. I understand why people like this show as well. And I understand why it's had the impact it has. But I think if I'm looking at the picture of the entire show from a writing perspective, I think they should have cut out the side couples or developed them. The issue is that there's no development for either side couple. And then one of the side couples is
Okay. Yeah.
toxic. It's so
Why the fuck are
problematic,
they back together? I hate it
right?
so much.
There's no reason. We saw
Yeah.
no reason for them to forgive each other. And I honestly think that is, if I was grading the show, it's bringing down the average because I cannot ignore, and that is part of the reason why, there's some shows that if you know my content, I did not like what happened in those shows. Okay. And I'm not going to name them because that's not what this is about. But like we all have those shows. And something for me is I cannot ignore writing and what happens to all the characters, because in my writing classes, like, you don't want to just throw in a character to like have a character be there. He
Yeah.
or she or they have to be there for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to adequately develop their storyline, cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I definitely felt that way with Pert Santa, where it felt like they were kind of thrown in just to get more attention for the series, like having a third couple. William and Est, William obviously had Est obviously had a huge role in the series, so definitely
He
noted
did a
that
great
impact.
job.
Loved him. I also am just such a simp for that man. So simplest, yes, he's on it. Um, William Est, I can understand. There's probably like restriction in terms of time.
You want to
I
know the
understand that.
tea? I learned this
What's the
last
tea?
week or in this weekend or whatever. William was the reason why he was added to the show. He asked to be added. They weren't going to add
Well,
him at first, even though his character
that's
exists
crazy because
in the book,
they literally is a relationship. There's literally a
right?
book around them. What do you mean?
So honestly,
Oh,
what
that's
they should have done,
crazy.
no offense to Per Santa, okay? They should have cut Aran and Tawan's storyline. Scrap
Yeah.
it. especially because what they didn't have any screen time, and also it was really problematic in that they got back together. Like they just scrap it, added more William, and then adequately developed that storyline. That then I would rank it in A tier.
Yeah.
Writing wise, if we're
Yeah.
ignoring impact. Now with impact,
Yeah.
I think it goes up to A tier.
I actually at least like that William was used because, like, in this 6th
Yeah.
episode, I think we got to see a side of T and we got to understand their family a bit more, right? It wasn't necessarily William-esque, but at least William's character served a purpose. But Perth's character served kind of no purpose.
Yeah, that whole plot line of him punching
And T's character, like T,
yeah.
like Duty, like Duty, if you know her, you know the other.
Yeah, I do.
T? Okay.
Yeah.
Not needed either. Like, I have to say.
Yeah.
Like, their friendship I could not care for because neither of them were likable. So
Right.
that's
So yeah.
for T.
So I think I got into it with one of my friends because she was like, it's so well written. And I was like, maybe Ponpuin's plotline is well written.
So well written.
But the rest of the
this,
show
yeah.
isn't. And you cannot, in my opinion, ride on one thing.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Pond and Puin were written really well.
Yes.
I loved all the subtle, like, little glimpses that we had of, like there's just a bunch of subtleties where, like, T's character would do something for, T would do something for Peach because of something that Peach said, like, 3 episodes ago. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I really loved that, like, those kind of things kind of reoccurred throughout it. And I was like, oh, I love that. I really like William's character so much. I love S' character so much. Mock was like, man is on my simplest for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, he's
a fascinating
fine.
character.
Yeah. And okay, maybe T being added into me and T, like the actor T, I forgot his name, sorry. I liked the scene where he got his ass beat by the other two because I was like,
that was
yes,
cool.
yes. That was my favorite part about him being there. But otherwise, I was like, he didn't serve that much for the plot, I feel like. And I feel like the Perth Center one, sorry, I would rather they have
their own show.
Yeah.
I feel like we're both going to get raked across the coals for what we just said about the writing. And listen, it's not about Ponpuin's storyline. It's about the other storylines. Like, it's not them.
That's the
I
thing,
promise
though. So,
you
like,
all.
I think when anyone watches my videos, they know that when I say things, like, it comes from a place of, like, it's rarely ever the actors or, like, the acting. The acting across the board, I really enjoyed, and I really like a lot of characters. I think the show did a really good job at making likable characters likable. I don't know if it handled the unlikable characters well, but I do think it did a really good job at, like, Pond and Puin's development was really good. And yeah, I mean, some people had complaints about the ending where they didn't kiss at the wedding and certain things. And I'm like, personally, like, that's not. I'm like, personally, like, I don't really, like, you know.
I didn't even think about that.
Like, some people, I didn't either until people commented it out, and I was like, oh, see,
I didn't even notice that.
Ending.
Me too.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny that William sabotaged, Rome sabotaged Mock and, not Mock, Rome sabotaged Peach and T's wedding night by sending the kids in there. I
thought that was funny. I feel like they were, I don't know, their family dynamics were interesting. It was funny. Like, so yeah, I mean, I think, but the impact, who knows what the long term.
Yeah. Let's put A. I'm gonna put A.
We don't know what the long term impact will be, but it's definitely A for now.
Because impact alone is like S tier, but I think just some writing probably brings it down to A tier for me.
Yeah. I can't in good conscience put it in S tier because of the crimes against writing that occurred in that show.
I've actually never heard of that phrase, but that makes sense.
I just made it up right now. Not Me, which is from 2021. Yeah. Have you seen this? It is one of my favorite GMMTV shows of all time.
It was my favorite until ThamePo came out.
Me too. Get out of my
Look,
brain.
this is why I was scared about I Feel You Linger in the Air, because the next three for me are all S
All
tier.
S tier.
Yeah.
Stop me
Are our
too.
top four all S tier?
Yeah.
Um, oh my God. You know,
That's crazy.
so the people that picked the like the top three most voted by like the viewers, sorry, the people that like entered the form were actually also my top three. So that's interesting.
Yeah, me too. And the show that got the most votes, in my opinion, I think deserves a separate tier.
Just the Khemjira tier.
Yeah. But we can talk about that when we get there.
You know what? Actually, okay. Not
Why
me
don't we
for me,
do
just goes in
not me
S
first?
tier.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
me goes in S tier. I think is it perfect? No, but considering the fact that it's 2021, it pushed the boundary of the BL. It really showed that like there's there's university involved, but like it's so much deeper and darker than that. There's layers of complexity to the characters. I also love the fact that it tackled like real societal issues, right?
Yes.
And I
It has a
it didn't
powerful political message.
Yeah, and I feel like it didn't sugarcoat anything. It didn't tone it down, which is so crazy because it's GMMTV and we know what they're like, right?
Right.
For me, it's one of those shows where I'd recommend to someone getting into BL if I know they like that kind of genre, right? Like if they like fluff, like maybe I'll suggest like something else. But like this show is just, if they like a bit more of the darker stories, I'm like, watch Not Me. It's so good.
It is.
The acting is fantastic as well. I did have a ship of Black and Todd a little bit.
Oh wait, I shipped them too.
If not Black and Todd, then Black and Graham.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
like
didn't.
okay, this is a show I would read
Yeah.
fanfic about though. Like
Yeah.
you know that's so funny. The shows that are like my favorites are shows that I will like read their novelizations of, and then I will also like consume fanfic of. Like, you do not understand, my screen time is mostly Archive of Our Own on the Khemjira tag, refreshing,
Oh my
waiting for more
God, I
fics.
love that for you though.
Thank you.
But what
Um,
what about this drama do you think like makes it deserve S tier though?
So I think the way it tackles, like you said, societal issues, and it doesn't sugarcoat, it doesn't shy away from being authentic. Like in the show, they not only tackle environmental, like climate change issues, they talk about class, like classism, the issues that come alongside of capitalism. Like, feel how you want about it, but like there's a lot that comes with it, and they talk about it. Homophobia, like they tackle it all. And there's this powerful scene that like I have shown to some of my friends as like
The
a
flag
sales
one,
pitch.
or-
Yes.
Yeah.
That scene is
I love how
so
it did this, 'cause,
powerful.
like, that's where I am. I'm under. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so powerful and just so moving. And like honestly, all of the characters you're gonna hear, because like, you know, part of my issue with me and T is I felt like the characters weren't like necessarily developed except for Panapuans, right? And Roman Mulk. I felt they were developed too. But like, and Not Me, I feel like all of the characters are developed. They are their own characters, and you could right now, like you could tell things about Graham. You know what I mean? Like I could tell you things about Graham. We could tell you things about Todd. We could tell you things about Look June's character, whose name is slipping my mind right now. Like there are things we could tell you about most of the named characters, and they feel like people who stand on their own, and they feel like a complete, I feel like they're character arcs for most characters. And so I think it's a really powerful story. I think it's done really well, and it's beautifully shot. Like it's raw and gritty, and the acting, like Gunn is one of GMM, if not the best GMMTV actor. I mean, he's like one of the best. He might be number one. Like he's so talented.
Yeah, I my top three would probably be, my top two would probably be Gun and maybe Kaotong. I feel like Kaotong as well. But Gun being number one, I'm like probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Like he's at least top 3 for me. Like
Yeah,
like
me
GMM to me,
too.
it does have some great actors as well, of course, and maybe some that have improved, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think most actors actually most acting in Thai BL has improved from like the older days, which I thankfully am glad to see. And I like that a lot of people are still working on their craft, which is really cool. But yeah, Gun, just fantastic acting, 100%.
Yeah.
I
Peak
would S tier for me.
S tier for me. Wow. What's
ThamePo.
next? I love this show.
Me too. You go first.
Okay. Besides
Sorry, wait. Did you listen to Lycan before this came out as well, or no?
I did. I
Yeah,
did listen to
okay.
them.
So you
But
must have been
that's not why I
excited
love
about
this
this.
show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, of course, it's part of the reason why I watched it, but I feel like shows that are industry commentaries, if they're done right, can be really interesting. And something I really love about ThamePo is that all of the characters are developed. They are all
Yes, we get a full
characters.
episode with every single one.
Yep. And they're not
Love
just
that.
thrown in there to be there. They have a reason for being there, and they all make up the tapestry that is Mars. And I think it's really beautiful that in a show, because even though the title is the name of the two characters who are played by William and Ast, who of course we'll get to in a second. I can't not, you know what I mean? But even though it's about Mars. And so I think if this show really, if we learned nothing about the members of Mars, I think I would be very frustrated because I would be like, well, then why do I care about reuniting Mars? Why do I give a crap? Like, I don't only care because of Tame. Like, honestly, and I'll say this. I think when there are a lot of characters and they're well established, I think also it gives fandom a bigger opportunity to grow. KinnPorsche, ThamePo, Not Me, the Untamed, they all have a large cast of characters. And if you look at the fandoms, you could find an 100,000 word fanfic written about side characters who are in the Untamed. You can find an over 100,000 word fanfic written about side characters in ThamePo. And if you would like to know which ones I recommend, you can ask me and I will tell you. But
I'm sure
like,
there's lots of Nut Hong stuff going on there.
yes, June Dillon, right? But like it gives people the chance to like really play with the world and engage with it on a deeper level because it's not surface. And I also think it has a really important story about found family and about, you know, this struggle that a lot of these actors face. And I wish that people took the right message from it. And sometimes I feel like they haven't, that they deserve to have lives too. And I think that's an important message. And so also William and Ast are so talented. They are my favorite BL ship from GMM I am so compelled by whatever is going on there. So
Yes. I mean,
what do you think?
I mean, you nailed like everything. I do also want to say as well, so ThamePo was actually the first series I reacted to. So there's always going to be like that feeling of, would I still be doing this without ThamePo? I don't know, because like I love ThamePo so much that it just really, really made me want to keep doing this. And so thank you to ThamePo. I really, I just have such a connection with this show, right? So maybe there is some biasness going on. I'm not sure. But William S. chemistry is so undeniable for their first project. Like you can tell, like they've said this in interviews and moments and stuff like that, that they spent all their time together and they wanted to get closer to each other to make sure that the show would be good as well. And they just want to know like their castmates, right? You can tell because that translates on screen.
Yes.
That they genuinely have that chemistry. And there's something about ThamePo that now makes me scream whenever I see them on screen. You know what I mean? Whether that's like VNT or You Maniac, which very compelling. um, yeah, I think like you said, like just the character development for all the characters, the fact that we had an episode for each of the members and we actually cared for their reunion, because I never knew about Lycan beforehand until after the show, right? I didn't care about the other bandmates until we got into their arcs, but thankfully that was pretty early, right? That was like episode 3 or
Yeah.
4. So they built that up really perfectly. It was a slow burn. Some people complained it was too much of a slow burn. Guys, it's not a slow burn. Tame is just slow. Let's get this right. He's
Yeah,
just
we
slow.
all remember the Netflix and chill scene where he comes back and they're like, "Why are you back?" And he goes, "Well, we watched the movie." And they have to be like,
Finish it was the
"June,
funny thing.
tell him." And June's like, "He wasn't trying to watch a movie." Such a funny that's my one of my
Yeah.
favorite scenes.
But I love the fact that it's like funny, but it's not like trying to slap comedy in our face. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
There aren't
Which
sound effects in the
Like,
same
I
way as
just-
other shows.
Yeah, I think like it just really was and the idea isn't that like incredibly creative, but we haven't seen that in BL before, I feel like. So it's interesting, but yeah, it's just a really simple show with like complexities to characters, don't get me wrong, but the idea itself is quite simple, but it was executed really, really, really well and was carried because of the characters in the show. The characters are all quite likable. Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to get a special episode with it because like we didn't get any of their dating era really. Or like a bit of an episode of that. But I mean, oh my God, episode 11 crushed me. I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah,
Episode
I
11
remember
crushed.
being so distraught.
Aren't you tired, Tame?
Stop.
That quote alone is just iconic. Let's be real.
Yeah. Also, the fandom, I don't know, like what it sparked. Like, I mean, we could argue that 21 would not have the same cast as it does without ThamePo because Nut and Hong are now in a show together. We can argue
Oh, yeah,
like
21. I was like, what is that? Is that the one with Junior Mark?
yeah, like they're playing the side ship
Yes.
in it.
Yes.
So like it also sparked that. Although people were already shipping Nut and Hong, but like so like I'm actually kind of a June Dillon like expert.
Yeah. Okay. Aren't you also like a nut hung expert too?
Why'd you have to call me out like that? A little bit. I dabble.
Dabble.
So, but it's so interesting because when the pilot dropped, people were immediately shipping June and Dylan. It's so fascinating. I didn't realize that till I started looking into it because I'm working on a video about June Dylan. But I was very shocked. Like the day of the lineup, there are tweets being like, wait, June and Dylan kind of. I was like, what? People are fast. But it's so interesting. Like Lycan, I love Lycan, and I was interested in them before this, right? But I feel like a lot of people were brought into Lycan because of the show, right? William and Est, they have become a force to be reckoned with, right? Like they are so popular. And this show is really good. And the director has spoken about how she was like, you know, waiting for the right cast for this, that she had this like idea. And I think she did it. They have good group chemistry.
Yeah. Notice how you said she because it's a female director. Just
Yeah.
saying, guys. I swear, whenever there's a female director, like I feel like it just slays. I don't know.
I understand that completely. I want
Yeah.
to see her work again. I want to see it. Someone should, you know what company should poach her? Just kidding.
Wait, what?
Mundi should poach her.
Oh, right. I don't understand how that all works, but I assume like they can work for any company, right? Like this company just.
It just depends on who it is. Like some of them are actually GMMTV like people. Like I think Off and maybe someone else, but the rest
Yeah.
of them kind of can work with where they work.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
it would be good because I don't know what else that she's directed, but yeah, it was really good tempo. Like it really changed things for me because I was just like William S. and I loved them and like the episode 9 was just one of the best moments in BL history.
It's so good. It's peak.
Yeah.
So S tier.
Oh yeah, did we end up saying that?
Is
Get your
S tier.
essay ready. Get your essay ready
So,
for the next one.
Actually, I've never heard of this show before. I've never heard of this show. It's not like there's a poster of the two actors like behind me in frame.
Where? Hello?
Here, and I don't have their light stick.
Is that Kang Namping?
It is.
Oh my god, I can't read that. Wait, I can see it though. I can see
It's an art of them I got given at the concert.
Didn't you post this? I think I saw you post, like you showed what you got from the concert.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, I think I did
on YouTube, I like did a long form like talking about the concert and like, yeah. But nevertheless, it's not like I have opinions about this show. What do you think?
Look, okay. For me, it's relatively, like obviously it's going like to the top tier.
Sure.
For me, it's like the same level of love that I have as the other 3 in S tier, but it has even more impact than them. You know what I mean?
You mean like impact for you or impact like for the greater community?
Yeah. Like let's be real. The amount of people that started watching TypeBL because of Khemjira, the amount of people that came back to watching TypeBL because of Khemjira, I saw so many comments of people like, TypeBL's not hitting this year. But then Khemjira released and all of a sudden everyone was like tuned in, right?
Mm-hmm. It also brought people back to Do Monday. It did. Yeah, I think there was a 100%. Lack of trust. And I think Do Monday actually kind of was prepared for people to like it because they invested so much in this show.
Really?
They, Poor Crew's house, they built it themselves.
Right. But they've been doing a lot of budget since I feel like The Next Prince as well, though. I feel like they're going a lot more with their shows.
Correct. I think they expected both shows to be popular. I don't think they expected how popular Khemjira would become. Like, I have never seen a BL get TV ratings like Khemjira got.
Thank you for your post, by the way. I was tuning in every single week for that. I was like,
thank you.
Oh my God, it's doing so good. And some of it I didn't understand, but I was like, it's going up. It's going up.
Most shows like don't breach 1. Their TV ratings for most BLs like are in 0.7, 0.6, 0.5.
Wow.
That means locals in Thailand are watching Khemjira and continuing to watch.
Yeah,
so
doing better every week, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Its average is correct. Like GLs get that much in Thailand, like the Channel 3 GLs have, but BLs, and I watch the stats because I think it's interesting. So when I can find them,
interesting when you post about it. I'm always like, oh, that's so cool.
Thank you. I would be, there's a few accounts that post them. There's not public, which is very frustrating. So you have to find someone who like gets permission, or like, I think it's like you can like get into, I think you can buy, I don't know how it exactly works, but it's not like you can just look them up. They're not public anymore, which is very frustrating. Because I want to know, let me in. But Khemjira would post about their stats themselves, but there's a few accounts that like monitor TV stats. But so yeah, like this show, the locals were tuning in and they were liking it. So
well, clearly this show was like what do you call it when it's it was a cultural moment almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect it just because it is so well with like international audiences too, even though it's so like Thai culture.
Yes.
And that's another thing I really like. And I know me and T also was quite Thai culture heavy as well. So that's why it's so interesting how like the 2 breakout hits from last year were both so Thai. if that makes sense.
Yes, you're right.
It's actually like really cool to see like people getting more interested in like Thai culture. And yeah, this show for me is just, it hit every single box for me. Like I love reincarnated lovers, I love like fated lovers, those type of stories. I liked the fact that even though they were essentially fated lovers, the master was kind of like didn't give into it originally, like, you know, because he obviously had the promise that he wanted to like fulfill and stuff like that as well. But I just really appreciated that it showed that relationships aren't always so black and white. Like when that guy was abusing his wife in like one of the earlier episodes, and then the master was basically saying, like Pim was basically saying, like it's not that simple, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't want to say that. I won't say that. But if this was some other shows by some companies, I don't know if we'd see that level of like maturity.
Also, we would not have seen every character being developed.
Yeah. Like
I
love all the side characters, you know what I mean?
I truly believe that if I'm going to have to word this so carefully. I think if the cast looked different, even at Dumandi, we might not have as well developed characters either. So I think because this was these two ships like first show, although first one had like that other show, but I'm not really counting that. But like this is like their first Thai like series that's on mainstream TV, right? I think if it hadn't, they wouldn't have felt comfortable taking those risks if it was a more established ships, because what they risked is challenging a lot of things. Like, for example, giving the side characters development, which shouldn't be a risk.
Yeah,
it shouldn't piss off a fandom, but it does. I have such an issue with that. You know what I mean? But like, each character was given development. The story is so well written. It is well performed. The OSTs are amazing. The sets are amazing. The CGI is okay, which is very rare for a Thai BL series. Okay, normally CGI is ass.
Yeah, I agree. But I know what you're saying. The CGI is something in Thai BL that you don't expect because obviously budget reasons. But Khemjira's looked decent. Was it groundbreaking? No, but like I think it doesn't need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, something I do appreciate about Dumandi Productions is they always try to be very intentional with all of their choices. Whether it works or not, that's up to you, the viewer, to decide, right? But like, for example, hearing the director talk about like the costuming choices they made, even down to pajamas, I was like, the detail, and it paid off. When I was in Thailand attending this concert, the Khemjira concert, I was reading, like looking at like a Bangkok newspaper. They had written about the cultural like trend moment that the concert had caused. Huh? I wasn't like a gossip paper. I think it was Bangkok Post. Like it was like, it has infiltrated. Like my Thai teacher knows nothing about QL, but she'd heard of Khemjira.
Wow.
So
That's
like
so cool. I love that. My boys like hanging nopping and the first one as well. They're like deserve it. I love them so much. Like this show, especially Kang Namping, just made me I joke about Kang Nick, but Kang Namping has my heart. Do you know what I mean?
I get it. Oh, another risk they took. Poor Crew doesn't show up till the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's very rare for like a love interest not to show up in the first episode, really.
Yeah, but I like that. I really
Me
do.
too.
You are right though, because it's almost like with this, they were going for, okay, we have a story here. Let's go off the story. And the show happens to be also about some men that also love each other as well, right? And I kind of love the fact that we got to see like a duality of like BL versus like a plot that just focused mostly on story. And it's something that I hope we do see a bit more of. And I do hope that Domandi and like other companies take notes as to like what audiences would like to see a bit more of as well. Not saying like just remake it like the same show like 100
Sure.
times. Like, but it just shows that we like complexity to the characters. We like story as well.
And there's room.
Just having like a really popular actor isn't just going to sell a project. Well, it might.
Correct.
But like, you know what I mean?
Let's be real. It won't sell it to the difference is it might sell it to their fandom. It won't sell it to people who are not. So like, I think there's room for both. I think there's room for like shows that are very typical and that they are like rooted in, they're not really taking a lot of risks. I think there's room for that. I think those can be fun, right? Like I don't necessarily have a problem. Like, for example, I don't think My School President took a lot of risks, but it's a fun show. It had a lot of impact and it's good, right? It's good. But I think hopefully companies will take this lesson from Khemjira that people care about story. They don't just care about watching their favorite actors on screen. Yeah. Or if they do just care about that, they shouldn't prioritize the fans. They should prioritize the story. Sorry. It's okay. No, I think you're right though. I think Dumundie is hungry and this was something that paid off for them. I don't know. I don't know anybody at that company. I have no association with them. So when I say this, if you guys disagree, that's fine. Like whatever. I think maybe they would love to someday be a competitor for GMMTV. But GMMTV is so large, it's hard to be their competitor. But I think with the political capital that Khemjira has, I think that Khemjira might have scared GMMTV executives a little bit.
Yeah.
Because of it breaking Together's record and the way it's absolutely skyrocketed, how people feel about Dumundie. Like people have argued with me on TikTok. They're like, no, people always loved Dumundie before Khemjira. And I'm like, I mean, depends on who you talk to.
I'm sorry. Like, I can say as someone that didn't really watch Dumundie before Khemjira, your Sky did too. But Khemjira changed it for me. I'm like seated for every one of their shows now. Like you don't understand.
And there's the proof.
Give me 27 of them. I need it now.
They have a special recipe, and I also think part of it is due to the kind of actors they attract at Dumundie.
Yep. Oh, I do have something to say about this too. DMD Friendship Reality did wonders for them. The fact that they got to spend time, I don't care how real or fake it might be. I don't know anything about that because it's reality TV, right? But right. The fact
reality TV is all fake. So it's real to an extent, but it's also reality TV. We can acknowledge that. Yeah.
But it's just the fact that we can see that they all like the chemistry and like you can see that in like the NC scenes and just like the general chemistry. Not all of Dumundie's actors are amazing actors. I'm just going to say that. Like, to me, I don't think they're all amazing. But their chemistry just, like, it's probably my favorite. Like, overall, when you look at the company, I think that the way that they cast their actors, like, you can just tell, like, that they pair their actors. It really shows, I think, on screen.
Also, the fact that they've hired so many people who are out also is something that I admire. I admire. I don't know if that was it feels like an intentional choice at this point because they've continued to do it. But there's so many out people in that company, including in their staff, that really like for example, the director of Khemjira, Den, he is married to a man. Claw is queer. So like, he's the director of Your Sky and Duong with You. Like, so they are employing queer people on screen and behind the screen. That's part of why I love JoJo's shows because he is queer and I think he does a really good job of, depicting the queer experience. But nevertheless, I think I feel like they're prioritizing something different and they're trying to be hungrier and they're trying to be riskier. And I think they're trying to find what works. And I think they might have found, hopefully they take the right lesson, which is that we like good writing. Not that we just want 4 different versions of Khemjira.
Yes, 100%.
So,
like we want to like more than just the lead characters. You know what I mean?
Correct. But everyone in Khemjira being developed, love that. First one having development, yes. Lesbian, past life. Inject it. Inject it. That was so good. And they gave
them time to develop too.
Yes.
I'm like,
we're developing them in the past. Hold up. Like, what?
And like they did so much for like the present as well, because it just made it really like it really just heightened everything for me, because like there were correlations about, like, for example, we couldn't be together in the past, but now we can be together. Like, I'm not gonna like lose you again in this timeline. Like that just, I'm getting
Yes.
goosebumps. Like, you know what I mean? I'm
Me
getting
too.
goosebumps. And it's not cold here. It's like 30 degrees Celsius, by the way, which is like 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh, it's so good to see. And
And the
their
women
chemistry.
were treated with respect.
Yeah.
The women were treated with respect. The lesbians were treated with like respect, or as much respect as they could be with that sad plot line, but like they were treated as real characters. And like, I don't know, it's just so good. Like Khemjira, I have not been like that insane over a BL since like I Feel You Linger in the Air.
Well, like I said, that's my second favorite. It was my favorite Thai BL, but Khemjira is now my favorite. I just like this top four are my four favorite Thai BLs. Like, and I
Me
don't
too.
think that will ever change at this present time. It might change depending on what comes out in the future, but I'm a very indecisive person, so my favorite show is always changing. But those four have always been my top ones. So,
Well, I think we have decided.
we're gonna put a Khemjira. We can put it there, or we can put it whatever. I can't get rid of anything out of S. I literally can't. That's like choosing a child.
I think it deserves it.
Yeah. Wait, you just named the S2 Khemjira.
Oh shoot, not what I meant to do.
Did you have any, like, I guess, flaws about Khemjira, or anything maybe you didn't like that you could nitpick?
That it ended? Kidding. No, of course I have issues. I have issues with every show. I think for
I would be
me,
curious though, because people might be like, "You guys are like the biggest Khemjira glazers," and I'm like, we are analytical.
we're analytical, but also at the same time, we are the biggest Khemjira glazers to ever exist. So, no,
Anything
there's
carrot
some
for
like,
me.
oh, understood. Me about numping. So we're two sides of the same coin.
Oh my god.
I think, there's some, of course, the cut version I've never seen. I would love to see the cut version so I could actually do some critiquing, because I have a feeling if I watched the cut version, I might have some issues. I do think sometimes scenes would go too long. And that is like one of my bigger critiques. Sometimes it would go a little, I mean, I never was like, this episode needs to be over, because every time it ended, I was like, that needed 10 more minutes. But there were some things that were just like a little bit drawn out. I also think, let's see. I mean, I don't really have much to say bad about, like, the writing is really good. And I guess my biggest critique, yeah, I don't know. I don't have much bad to say. My issue is, I know if I watched the cut version, I would have some things to say about pacing.
For me personally, it was as close to perfect as like a Thai BL that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The difference between this one and, like, for example, I Feel You Linger in the Air is that this show didn't have a bad ending. This show was a great ending. I liked the ending of this show.
Me too.
It made me excited for the special episode, because in a way it teased it, right, with the wedding. Every character served their purpose. It just was very emotional. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I mean, yeah, some of the CGI was like,
Sure.
could be, yeah, like maybe if you're nitpicking, and maybe they kind of set it up to be quite jump scary and spooky, but then that kind of dropped off after episode like 4. So
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on like preference on what you like.
But the book is like that too.
Okay.
So, I think actually the changes they made from the book work really well. Well, oftentimes in shows I feel opposite.
Yeah.
I think they helped the storyline come across clearer. The book, it's very like I like the book, don't get me wrong, but I think they made it clearer and more concise. And also they developed Paran more in the show than they developed him in the book, in my opinion, because the book is from Kim's perspective pretty much, and it pretty much stays in Kim's perspective.
Right.
So I think they did a really good job developing all the characters. But yeah, the CGI is my biggest complaint. But that feels like such a non-issue. And what other show would the villain's backstory be explained like this? Like, she is redeemed. Like, not like forgiven, but like she's a redeemable villain. And that's why she works so well. Oh, I'm just obsessed with this show. I could rant about it for 7,000 hours.
I think one thing that confused me that maybe wasn't as it might have been in the novel but wasn't as shown in the show was I think there was a moment where Rampung said that Khem was the last one.
Yeah, they didn't really explain that, did they?
And that, I think I looked it up, but I don't think I remember what the answer was.
I think it was because Kim was like the last person in Kim's bloodline. But I don't know, because wouldn't Kim technically reincarnate? So yeah, that also has me question marking.
Yeah.
Also, like,
that was one thing that I was like, oh.
I do remember one scene that I was just like, I felt like they did drag out. I remember the scene that I felt like went too long. Do you want me to tell you what it was?
Oh, tell me, please.
Okay, it was one scene that I remember off the top of my head, because I rewatched this on the plane back from Thailand. I had 18 hours, so I was like, let's watch Khemjira. It was the scene with young Paran and young the girl. That scene at the school, I was just like, next. Like, it just went on so long.
Straight romance. Next.
No, thank you. No, I think it just could have been tightened up. It wasn't really about the whole like straight romance thing. I just felt like what was going on in the present was so much more like, oh my God, it's urgent. Let's get back to the present. But I never felt like that with the past lives.
Yeah. Agreed. The past lives, I think, surprisingly, the way they handle the past lives, I don't have any notes for. I can't think of anything where I was like, oh, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one critique I do have, but I don't want people to come for me. I think I said this in my reaction. I love everyone. I want to disclaimer, I love them all. I do think just some of the acting can be just a little bit improved.
Well, sure. I feel like we are critiquing it because we're worried people are going to be like, you two only hype Khemjira. And so, yeah, of course, acting could always be improved. Sure. And nobody's perfect.
Oh no, I have another critique. The pilot, there was a scene at the end of the pilot of Khemjira.
Where was it?
I didn't get it.
Dumundie? Where's my pilot scene when
he wants to eat something? He wants to eat Khem. Where?
What was he eating? We want to know. We want to see
it. He wants something sweet.
Honestly, if maybe we'll get it in the special.
Oh, but it's just based. I hope so. But like the way that they had that scene implied that
so good.
Implied that Jet and Chan didn't even know about their relationship yet.
Yes.
So when I realized that they were aware of their relationship, like episode 10 or 11, I was like, we're not getting the scene.
I was really mad about that too. I feel like all of us were. Like, where was that scene where he put them to sleep?
Yes. And the way I also love seeing Kang acting like that. I feel like we didn't see that much of the Master's like kind of like I don't know if like childish side, but like lively, like that kind of energy from him. I feel like we didn't get as much, which I kind of wish we did.
I think it's because we didn't have a lot of time to see them in a relationship together. And I feel like that's maybe why they're doing this. Well, they're doing the special episodes because, you know, Khemjira was such a hit. You know what I mean? Like if Khemjira wasn't a hit, they probably wouldn't be doing special episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that's another reason why they're doing the special episodes, to give us some of Pim being, you know, boyfriend Pim, rather than I'm trying to withhold my desire because I don't want to violate the precepts.
Gosh.
Dang.
I'm so happy with our tier list, by the way.
Me
Look how
too.
beautiful it is.
It's beautiful.
Is there any you think we should adjust though? I have a few that
Sure.
Okay, is there any, actually, let's see if there's any that you're questioning and we can both mutually decide based on like the rest of the tiers, I think. Khemjira is Khemjira, so that doesn't change. S tier, I think, just stays the same. But anything in A tier that you are questioning?
I feel like these all have insane levels of impact.
Yep. Just
So
be,
I
like,
feel like
subjective for a moment though. Like, just forget impact. Is there anything that you're like, yeah, because impact I think should be secondary to like your own subjective opinion. In my opinion, at least.
Well, then I would probably move down me and T. I know that's controversial.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Maybe the Untamed I might move to if we're taking impact out of it. Even though it's like a good show, I just feel like what?
Really interesting.
I mean,
feel like
it's not their fault it's censored, but I do think that that's part of the reason why I would want to move it. I think it's important to see uncensored queer love depicted. And the fact that they censored two of the craziest characters ever is kind of crazy to me.
I think we should limit A tier to 7 shows because we've got about 10.
Okay, how many do we have?
We have 10, I think.
Okay, I guess perfect 10-liners could move.
Perfect 10 liners might be the first one I'd move down, just because the first arc for me just wasn't hitting the same. The ones that I would keep in there for sure, My School President, KinnPorsche, Until We Meet Again, are like the 3 that I'm like, I don't think should be changed.
I don't think we can change I Told Sunset About You.
I'm happy to leave that there. I actually am. The ones I'm on the fence for is Semantic Error, Revenge Love, Your Sky, and maybe Me and T. I think. I haven't seen the Untamed, so I can't really say. Me and T is just like really hard for me because it's like they did such good writing for like most of it, but it's just like let down by just some parts.
Yeah.
But it was genuinely really funny, which is like one of the funniest type ELs I've ever seen, I feel like.
I think it's one of the funniest type ELs that I've ever seen too. I think it is the funniest I've ever seen. I can't speak on Revenge Love. That's going to have to be a call you make.
I think Semantic Error can probably go. Oh, but it really did so much for Korean BL. Oh, what do I do?
Maybe we should keep it because it is different. Now we do have 2 C dramas on here, so maybe we can move one of them. Let's keep it because we have no other KBL. Wait, yes, we do. Ball Boy Tactics. Sorry.
Okay. But I feel like without Semantic Error, we probably wouldn't have a show like Ball Boy Tactics.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, let's just keep it A tier for sure.
Okay.
Okay. I know we're not just looking at impact, we're looking at subjective opinion. I haven't seen The Untamed. I've seen Revenge Love, but I have a feeling that The Untamed is also more publicly like received than like Revenge Love. Like people.
That I
love
would
The
say is
Untamed.
true.
I feel like The Untamed, iconic alone, just I don't think you can put it below an A, right? Maybe
We
Revenge
can't.
Love can go down to a B. But I loved Revenge Love, like don't get me wrong.
I'll say like The Untamed is not as divisive as Revenge to Love. We can say that. It's The Untamed is more of a crowd pleaser.
Honestly, if I'm looking at the A tier, I know you feel very strongly, but I don't think Your Sky had the same impact as the rest of the shows.
Yeah, no, we can move it.
Does that hurt you a little bit?
A little, no, a little, but it's okay. I just
Do you
feel
want to
like
keep it an A tier?
no. It's okay.
You can tell me.
No, it's okay. It's not like, okay, it is one of my favorite shows, but it's not that like I'm not offended. It's just like hard for me to be like, okay, we can move it. You know what I mean? It's fine. I feel like now that we've moved some of these things down to here, I think we need to move things from B to C.
Oh no, we're getting to that. Don't worry, we're getting.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't feel comfortable putting Your Sky on the same as some of the shows on this B tier. So I feel comfortable moving it.
I agree.
Okay, so how many? 1, 2.
So we've got 7.
7. Oh.
We've got 7 in A tier. Are you happy with that as A tier?
Yeah. I feel like there's a few we could not move, like KinnPorsche, it's A, Until We Meet Again. Like I feel like we can't move these, like what's in this tiered list now
Yeah,
on A.
I agree.
Yeah.
B tier though, the ones that immediately jump out to me as ones that I could see moving down is well, I haven't seen Jack and Joker, so I can't speak on that. Oh god.
I think Jack and Joker's B tier. I think that one, like if you'd seen it, I think you would agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say the ones I'm happy to keep on B tier. So I'm happy
Okay.
to keep Perfect 10 Liners, Ball Boy Tactics.
That's it.
Reset, Revenge, Love, and Your Sky. B tier. The rest
Okay.
I'm like, I could be persuaded for C tier.
Yeah, I feel like ABO Desire, I'd move. I feel like Eclipse, I might move. Only Friends, simply because of the impact, I feel like we have to at least have on B tier. Like,
Okay.
Only Friends shaked things up, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so I think the Eclipse and ABO Desire can go down just because I feel like I enjoyed those shows on the same level as the others in C tier.
Yeah.
Whereas B tier, I feel like I like them more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's, I mean, I'm kind of happy to leave that as it is. The only one, and Love in the Air, kind of, it's hard for me because Love in the Air, I just really love the second arc. But the first arc was just not as strong for me. And the only one, I just feel like the ending was really flat. So that,
I'd be comfortable moving the only one.
okay, that's fine with me. It's like top of C tier for me at least. But
Yeah.
like I really did enjoy this. But yeah, it's in that area. I kind of like this list now.
Me too. It's looking a lot more even though B tier, but that's kind of the middle now that we've added Khemjira. B tier is the middle road.
Which I want to disclaim, B tier is not mid. B
Oh,
tier
I
is-
wasn't trying to say they're mid. I'm so sorry.
No,
I
no,
meant
no,
in
I
our
just want to. No, it's for anyone out there that's like about to clock us for our tasteless opinions. Okay. Every show on
most shows on here.
most shows on here, I actually genuinely enjoy. It's just we've picked the top of like the top
the
lists,
top.
right? So if we include every BL on this list, a lot of the BLs that I would put in C tier for this list specifically would be like easily a B tier if we're looking at
Yeah.
like, you know. And I would be
Honestly,
more inclined to put
I
B's
would
and A's and etc.
I don't want to speak for you. I would rewatch any show on here that I have seen. Even together, because I feel like maybe revisiting it might help me critique shows. I don't know, maybe it would, but I would be willing to rewatch any of these shows. Not that I would love it, but I would be, it's not like I would be like, no.
Yeah.
There's some shows I refuse to rewatch out of principle, like Stranger Things. No offense to Stranger Things, but
Well, from C tier and above, 100%, I'm happy to rewatch any of it. I have rewatched some of these.
yeah, me too.
It's also hard because when you create reaction videos, you're kind of rewatching it while watching yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like, I technically do rewatch every single thing that I react to, but I've rewatched Love in the Air, the second arc, on my own as well. So I've actually been considering rewatching Your Sky as well because I kind of miss that like fluffy like drama that I haven't. But Dwang with You might be the one that I need. So
It might scratch that itch for you.
yeah. Well, the school trip gave me like that itch that I was craving for a while, and I was like, I love it so much. D tier for Together, I don't necessarily enjoy the show. Would I rewatch it out of my own way? To be honest, no. I wouldn't go out of my way to rewatch it. But I'm not going to deny that without Together, we wouldn't have some BLs that we have today.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to call out because it's just a show that's not necessarily for me.
It's not for me either, but if I felt like I needed to rewatch it for context for something, I probably would. I'm willing to do a lot of stuff for research.
Yeah. But like, so anyone that does enjoy these dramas, it's like, I don't want them to ever think that we are attacking their shows, because
Oh
at the end of the day,
yeah.
you're competing with the best shows. If we include every single BL listed here, I am sure it wouldn't look as harsh on like Together and TharnType, because there are some really bad shows out there.
Correct.
I think I gave both Together and TharnType like a 7 out of 10 on my drama list, but for reference, by the way, which I won't consider as bad. I think it's like, it's okay.
I actually rate a lot of things 7. Even a lot of things that I really love. So,
see.
yeah.
'Cause-
No, I just don't want people to be offended either. Like, just because something's ranked low doesn't mean we dislike it, or doesn't mean we think it's bad, or doesn't mean we think it should be deleted. And just because a show is not on this list doesn't mean we think it's bad either. Again, this list was crowdsourced by our viewers. The only one that I think people like have the right to be like, you two are so disingenuous, is I Feel You Linger in the Air. Because like, if you think about it, I feel like a lot of it's not as like super, super popular as the other things in S tier. And I feel like that's the one people will be like, you two are being disingenuous about it, but I don't care. This is our video. We can put it in S tier.
I think people will actually be happy with it being an S tier, because I think
Okay,
it's one of
good.
those underappreciated ones that
Yes.
everyone that's seen it, well, 99% of people that I know that've seen it, loved it. It won a lot of awards. Was it popular in Thailand? Do we know? Probably not, because there'd be a second season.
Let me find out.
There would be your connections will be able to answer for us.
So I have a few friends who, might be able to ask around, or might be able to tell me. Like, I have a friend who didn't really watch BL. She didn't watch BL till Khemjira.
Because Khemjira is that girl.
Correct.
Khemjira's that
Khemjira is
girl.
the it girl.
The
People were
it
breaking
girl
me across
BL.
the coals, but Khemjira is that it girl. I'm so sorry. But she has told me a lot like of what normies know. You know what I mean? Because she was a normie until she started watching Khemjira. So, and I say this she's probably gonna watch this video. Hi, I love you.
Hello, you don't know me, but hi. Welcome to the channel.
But she sometimes is able to give me like a broader perspective, like because she was like, oh yeah, like I knew Bilkin and PP, but not because of Vitse. I know them because of their music, or you know what I mean? Like, she has her like perspective, so I can ask her like what if she knows about the show. So
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to Bryn for coming on this channel.
thank you for having
Make
me.
sure you all check her out. All the links in the description down below. Please, I encourage you. If you like Khemjira, I'm sure you probably already follow her content actually. So, but yeah, a lot of people here love Khemjira. So, but no, thank you so much. I actually can't believe it's been 4 hours, right? It's gone so fast.
I know, it's been fun. We've had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Is there anything you want to say to the people?
Besides the fact that please don't think we dislike a show because we ranked it low. I think it's going to be cool we've kind of taken a look at where BL has been in the past, and now we're in the future, and it'll be really cool to see what happens as this space continues to evolve. And I think it's about to kind of start evolving very quickly because of Me and T, Khemjira, and Heated Rivalry. I think all 3 of those shows are going to affect the Thai BL space in ways we cannot predict right now. And I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens. So if you want to hear my crazy thoughts on whatever happens, follow me.
That does conclude the list of our tier list rankings. So anyone watching, please let us know. Do we have taste? Do we have taste? Are we tasteless?
Or are we crazy?
And tell us what your favorite BL is down below. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, I'll end the recording.
Watch our GL ranking too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch our GL ranking.
Oh, gosh.